好，默默 ，Hello 你好，威森 ，Hello 你好，雪莉 ，Hello 你好，Hello，旷野之息啊，现在是旷野之息吗？等一下，错了，拍谁？设定跑掉了，跑到一个很旧的设定去了，好，拍谁？Justin， 你好，好，应该变回来了，又是站着吗？没有，坐着，明天再来站。有没有确认双重极限？没有我有看到，但是我没有去玩。好的，好，今天我们来玩这个 Slade Princess， 之前玩过试玩版，觉得还蛮有趣的。然后现在也有中文了，当初试玩的时候还是英文版的。最后没退货，没有，没退，还没退。好，那我们开始吧。第一章，勇士与公主。
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Oh.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
好，我们要去杀公主，如果不杀她，世界就会灭亡。什么东西？世界会灭亡？你在说什么啊？你曾经想过公主毁灭世界就是因为你囚禁她吗？杀死公主似乎不是良善之举，不是吗？不能由其他人来做这件事情吗？想都别想，我不干。你想过我或许可以接受世界灭亡吗？做这件事情有奖赏吗？好哦，谢谢你告诉我应该做什么。太棒了，我一直想要杀王公贵族，革命万岁！不发一语，前往木屋，转身离开。选单变在旁边了。怎么死一次做一次运动，改成死一次下降1公分，什么意思啊？选项好像比试玩版还要更多嘞。世界会灭亡，你在说什么啊？选第一个吧。这款卖多少？我记得是5折吗？我也忘记了，看一下。298，之前应该是有打折啦，应该是我是在有打折的时候买的。世界灭亡，你在说什么啊？
I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her.
好，我们一定要杀掉她。太小声是不是？音乐音量、语音音量已经最大了。就把我的声音关小声一点好了。音乐小声一些，所以不需要降我的麦克风哈。一定要取她性命困在地窖的公主，怎么可能毁灭世界呢？如果你不说出她危险的原因，我才不会杀她。你有证据支持你的说辞吗？你曾经想过公主毁灭世界就是因为你们囚禁她吗？下面是旧的选项，然后我们刚刚选了一个答案之后，又多了新的选项出来。如果你不说出她危险的原因的话，我才不要杀她呢。
She's not dangerous. She's just a princess. The danger comes if she gets out, which she will unless you do something about it.
他可能会逃脱，而他一定会逃脱，除非你挺身而出。那如果他逃出来会发生什么事呢？我要知道详情。主角是一片空白，主角什么都不知道，连他自己是谁他都不知道。对，然后旁白很了解公主，但是旁白不愿意告诉主角公主是怎么样的人。
The more specifics you have, the harder it will be for you to do this very important job. She's a princess. People will listen to her because listening to her is in their nature. And when they do, everything will come crashing down.
知道的越多，就越难完成这个任务。你有证据支持你的说辞吗？
Look, you're already on the path that leads to the cabin. Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a very important task? You've made it this far, you might as well reach the end of your journey.
事到如今，不妨走完这段旅程吧。不能由其他人来做这件事情吗？
Oh, if only that were the case. But I don't make the rules.
真巴不得可以换个人，但规则不是我定的呢。
I have to say, I'm surprised at your reluctance thus far. But unfortunately for the both of us, you're the only one who can pull this off.
不幸的是，只有我能够完成这个任务。
Like I said, I don't make the rules, no matter how much I wish I did.
听着，我会进去木屋跟公主谈谈。如果她真的有像你说的这么邪恶的话，那么或许我会杀了她。但在见到她之前，我不做出任何承诺。
Then I guess we'll just have to see what happens. But a word of warning. If you go in prepared to hear her out, she could easily trap you in her web of lies. And the more you listen to her honeyed words, the harder it'll be to pull yourself out.
如果听她说话的话，就可能会被她骗。
Then each and every one of us
那么就全部都完了。
So sure, go, talk to her. See how that turns out for all of us.
我们要去小
You
木
make
屋。
your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
公主就在屋子里面。对，翻译得很不错。
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
字体也不是新细明体。
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
不要理他，他不知道在胡说什么。好，只有前往木屋。
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
桌上有一把无瑕的匕首。
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
这边呢？也可以选择不要拿起匕首。没得点，只能选选项，也不能点画面。那么就拿起匕首。
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
OK， 好，进入地窖我们指标也变了，指标就多了一把剑了。
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
说故事游戏，如果公主真的在此生活，取走她的命反而是大发慈悲呢。
Her voice carries up the stairs.
公主的声音传上阶梯。
Who's there?
有人吗？
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
不要被她骗了。你好。
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Come on down.
以前也有吧，我记得试玩版也有啊。就下去了。
You walk down the stairs. and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
英勇的声音，公主看起来很冷艳，她真的对世界而言是个威胁吗？
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
什么才不是呢？你为什么会有这个想法呢？好吧，被你识破了，我是来屠杀你的。不是，我还没决定，我只是来跟你谈一谈。我还没决定，或者鼓起勇气上前，我还没决定。
How about you drop the knife and the two of us just talk?
我要放下刀子再谈呐。
Look how reasonable she's being. We should just drop the blade and talk things out. Don't you dare.
不要做傻事。
It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
放下匕首，握得更紧。好，我们先选择握得更紧好了。
You ignore the trembling in your hands.
对，有两个声音，
Tighten
两个声音。
your grip on the blade.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me? Because you should be.
公主爬线蛮高的，
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel
坚定
your
的握
resolve.
紧匕首上前。
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
立刻了结他。如果他不是虚张声势呢？如果他杀了我们怎么办？你确定公主没有武器吗？抱歉，我们能够谈谈吗？我不会放下匕首的，丢下匕首，送公主上路。好，我们谈谈吧。
You're so close. Don't give up. You've come this far.
不要放弃，都到这个地步了。
No, this is a good idea. Maybe we can de-escalate things.
两个声音好像哦，旁白跟英勇的声音听起来有点容易搞混。
Oh, threatened are we? You poor thing. Drop the knife, and of course we can talk.
放下刀吧，让我们再来对话。我不会放下匕首。
Then I'm not talking to you.
现场应该只有两个人。好极了，我们似乎陷入僵局了。
I guess we are.
For the love of everything, just slay her already.
算我求你了，赶快杀了他吧！
Or drop the blade. Do something.
哎，等一下，说不定是三个人吗？三个人吗？我们是一个人，英勇的声音是一个人，旁白又是一个人。你真的不打算说话吗？
Yeah, I'm sure.
是啊，我肯定。四个人，所以是加公主四个人吗？
For goodness sake, the two of you can't just stand around like this forever. Eventually, something is going to give, and I highly recommend that you be the one to take the initiative here.
SD，Hello， 你好。终将落居下风，所以我诚心建议你先下手为强。哎，马克 ，Hello， 马克 ，Hello， 你好。哇，丢下匕首，送公主上路，怎么办？原是可以存的吗？可以存，我们先杀一次看看好了。送公主上路。
Doubt, unfortunately, clouds your thoughts as you attempt to run her through.
疑惑很不幸地笼罩着你的思绪。
A moment of distraction and hesitation is all she needed to sidestep your thrust and deliver a catastrophic blow to your jaw.
侧步避开你的攻击，重击你的下颚。
It feels
哎，
like
打
you've
中
been
了。
hit with a sledgehammer. You can feel bone grinding on bone where your jaw has been fractured. Holy shit, that hurts!
要命，这一击痛死了。
Though she's unarmed, the shock of that first strike is enough to stagger you, putting you and the princess on somewhat equal footing.
置你们于对等的立场。
Your blade slashes through the air again and again, and her fists connect with your body as many times or more, each impact as heavy as that first bone-crushing hit. We can still turn this around.
放弃，完成任务，逃离并将公主困在地窖。完成任务，好，我们努力的完成任务吧。
You and the princess stare at each other, both gasping for breath, equally exhausted. You probably won't make it out of here alive, but you can at least make sure that she won't make it out of here either. Excuse me? Do you think this is what I wanted to happen? I have a duty to state the facts of the situation, and honestly, it's a miracle anyone is still standing right now.
英勇的声音跟主角类是同一个人。
Can you not feel all those ruptured organs bouncing around in there? If the princess doesn't do our friend in herself, internal bleeding is certain to finish the job.
破裂的内脏在体内冲撞。
The two of you clash for the final time. You feel your ribs break as she delivers a heavy blow, but you push through the pain, falling forward and sinking your blade deep into the princess's heart.
英勇的声音是主角吗？不一定，就感觉这个游戏一直在玩一些小把戏。我们先接受眼前发生的事实就好了。那是什么手？那是主角的手。对，主角的确不是人类吧？
Oh.
好，我们成功杀到公主了。
The two of you fall to the floor.
两个都倒地了。
This was fun.
真有趣。
The princess gasps, her voice an unhealthy rasp as her lungs start to fill with blood.
You put up more of a fight than I thought you would. But I have to wonder.
你比预期要来的顽强，但我得问，
Do you really think this is the end?
你以为这样就能阻止我吗？
But you don't have time to worry over such things. Everything goes dark, and you die.
然后我们死掉了。第二章。
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
我有一种糟糕的既视感。等等，这不是发生过了吗？好吧，不要。但是我死了，我在这里干什么？他会再杀了我一遍吧？我已经杀了公主了，他也杀了我了，我肯定解决了他了。为什么我们又回到这里来了？等等，这不是发生过了吗？
It hasn't. Or if it has, I certainly haven't been a part of it. We've just met for the first time, you and I.
没有啦，就算有的话，我也没有参与其中。我们是第一次见面。
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
如果他不记得发生过什么，最好装作什么事也没有。
You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. That's fine. It doesn't matter if he can hear us. The only thing that matters is marching up to that cabin and winning.
又多了一个声音，执拗的声音。
That's the spirit. There's no point in squabbling when the real threat is just up that hill.
我们假设我说的是实话，这一切都已经发生过了，我为什么要听你的？我为什么要大费周章的做任何事情呢？
Those are two very different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. If you're back here, I'm assuming you died, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me.
就算这个世界真的重来了，那也是因为我们失败了。
We did our best with the information we were given, and we did kill her. And yet you still died, didn't you? So congratulations. You've been given another chance to actually do this right.
只好再重来一次。
And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We killed the princess killed us, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely?
时间倒带了，还是被传送到不同的世界？
Had you failed to slay the princess, what would have happened to everyone in the place you left? Ugh, enough with the talking. We've got a fight to win. Nothing else matters. I couldn't agree more. The cabin and your destined confrontation with the princess awaits.
我们来谈谈这位公主吧。
Just be quick about it.
我们在上一轮杀死了彼此，我要怎么样确保这件事情不会再发生一次呢？那上一次从头到尾就只想要把我打死，那种人怎么可能会毁灭世界呢？我引用你上一轮说过的话，她只是一个公主，那她怎么会强壮到能够赤手空拳的打死我呢？是谁把她关在那个地窖里的呢？这里是哪里？她只是个公主，那她怎么能够强壮的赤手空拳把我打死呢？看这个好了。
She is just a princess. Whatever you think happened to you last time, just get it out of your head before you get to the cabin, and you'll be fine.
好，这个旁白完全没有上一轮的资讯。是谁把她关在那里的？这里是哪里啊？
People locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods. Don't overcomplicate things.
这里只是森林里的一条小径，别把事情想得太复杂。
Oh, this is maddening. Why do you keep asking questions? There's nothing wrong with getting the full picture of what's going on here. Sure there is. It's wasting time and energy that would be better spent fighting.
既然能够把他关起来，他们为什么没办法屠杀他？这件事情为什么会轮到我头上呢？你什么都不告诉我，你在隐瞒什么？
I've told you everything you need to know.
对，英勇的声音是站在我们这边的。
Just overcomplicate an otherwise very simple situation and make your job more difficult.
好，旁白认为我们什么都不需要知道，我们只要知道自己在森林里面往前走，有一间屋子要杀掉里面的公主。
What else would we even need to know? We've got all the reason we need for a rematch.
这就是世界的目的。
Exactly. The less you know about her, the better.
能把她关起来，为什么没办法把她杀掉？为什么会落到我头上呢？
Look, I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're special. You're the only person capable of doing this. Call it a prophecy, if that helps, but it's just the way things are.
总之，事情就是这样。
Oh, I didn't know we were special. Yeah, I like the sound of that. Of course you're special. Why else would you be here?
好，我们上一轮两个都死掉了，要怎么样确保不会再这样子呢？
Like I said, if she killed you, it was probably because you didn't listen to me. Don't talk to her, don't trust her, just go in, do your job and save the world.
别跟她说话，别相信她，直接工作完成，然后拯救世界。好，没事了。
Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
转身离开，我们可以选择转身离开。好，转身离开吧。
We can't just leave. We're supposed to fight her. Where are you going? Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
你真的有地方可以去吗？好啦，你打死不退呢。好啦，那我就进木屋里把公主杀掉吧。好啦，我会进木屋里跟公主谈话，也许我会杀了她，也许不会。总之等着瞧吧。说谎，我有地方可以去。没有，我不想要去哪里才重要。木屋，我才不要去木屋呢。不瞒您说，我很能够接受世界灭亡，并乐于迎接人类灭亡之后的新时代，所以我往另外一个方向去了。不发一语，沿着小径远离木屋。
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from
直接杀了公主，以后总是会选到那条路的啦。现在就凭着感觉选就好了。
That's strange.
哦，
It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved
这
after all.
个条条小径通木屋。 又一次转身离开。
You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies.
死的不能再死。
But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came.
Wait, something isn't right. Can you still hear me? You're supposed to wind up back at the cabin again. But everything is getting fuzzy.
一切都变得如此模糊，旁白的声音也不见了。
What's going on? Where are we?
这里是哪里？
I told you we shouldn't have come here. I told you. But did you listen? No.
你身处的世界四分五裂，其具体物质被交织的虚无所取而代之，四周悄然无声，远处隆隆作响，那是许多声音交杂在一起的声音。随着其他存在接近不安的脉搏声越发响亮，那些触手深入了现实的结构中，四处探查，然后找到你的意识，将其包覆。你不再孤身一人，反抗，手指拖着爪子刮过你灵魂那玻璃般的表面。五月，你填满了这具躯壳。我需要一个空间让我爬进去，我需要一个像我的形体。这是一场噩梦，快醒来！并不是。回到第一章。
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin, and in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
所以是重来了吗？还是又延续变成第三轮了？
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
备注：你可以按键盘的 Tab 或控制器的 R1 跳过之前看过的对话。好，所以这边的确是重复的，这边的确是第一轮 Tab。OK， 好，如果不杀他，世界就灭亡。做这件事情有奖赏吗？
Yes, but you'll have to slay her before you get it.
好哦，谢谢你告诉我该做什么。
Don't mention it. It's all part of the job.
好，那我们这次去把他杀掉吧。
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
哦，前往木屋。
The interior of the cabin is all...
拿起匕首，也可以选择不要拿了。拿起匕首，
You take the blade from...
进入地窖。
The door to the basement creaks...
嗨，我应该是来取你性命的。
Oh, are you now? Why don't you come down and let me take a look at you?
Great job. You gave away the element of surprise.
竟然直接摊牌了。
Hero. You walk down the stairs and lock up.
She's so coldly beautiful.
Focus on the task at hand.
You weren't kidding when you said you were here to kill me.
鼓起勇气上前。不是说笑。好，鼓起勇气上前，我们这次就先别说话了。
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
坚定地握紧匕首上前。
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
立刻了结他。送公主上路。
You lunge forward without a moment's
果决地向
hesitation.
前冲。
You feel flesh easily give way and look down to see your blade already sinking deep into her heart.
Oh. This is it, isn't it?
到此结束吗？
I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder, do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
你真的相信这一刀能杀死我吗？
It's like she's convinced she can't die. Yes, even as she lays there dying, she entirely believes herself to be alive and
即使
well.
公主濒死瘫倒，她仍然相信她会安然存活。
But it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago. That arrogant look still plastered on her face. But is it over? Really over?
真的到此为止了吗？废话，她都死了。我不确定呢，感觉她似乎留有后手。想必不是，这也未免太容易了吧？
It's over. Don't get all worked up.
是公主。
We should make sure. What's the harm in checking for a pulse? I really don't think you should do that.
检查下脉搏又怎么样呢？
And why shouldn't we? Is there something you're not telling us? I've told you everything that's happened with complete accuracy. The princess is dead. Your blade pierced her heart. There's no coming back from that.
移除匕首，检查脉搏。你是对着她死了，我们赶紧离开吧。检查脉搏，好，我们检查一下脉搏吧。
You lean down and place your hand against her neck, holding your breath as you search for a pulse, even though you know you're not going to find one. We definitely won't if you keep talking. I'm sorry, do you want her to be alive? You just saved the entire world from annihilation. Why are you suddenly trying to call that into question? Wait, what was that? You know what that was. That was the sound of a heartbeat, followed by another, and another.
一下接一下，然后又跳了一下。
I guess I won't be dying alone after all.
到头来我不会孤单死去。
Something sharp digs into your side, the shock of it sending your nerves into a pained frenzy. Quick, let's get out of here.
我们该马上离开。哦，
It's too late for that now. You collapse to the ground as the mortally wounded princess twists a blade of her own deeper between your ribs.
她身上也有匕首，她手上有一把小刀。
As you fall, she falls with you, exhausted by the effort, the little life that was left in her eyes fading rapidly.
游戏的目的是什么？我也不知道。游戏的目的并不单纯吧。
An eye for an eye, a life for a life. I guess we're even now. See you around.
回头见。
You were so close. Why did you hesitate? It doesn't matter. At least you managed to take her with you. For whatever that's worth. Everything goes dark, and you die.
黑暗降临，你身亡了。要不是第几章？第二章。而且标题还不一样，跟刚刚的第二章标题不一样。
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end.
我已经屠杀了公主了，她也杀了我了，我肯定解决了她，为什么又回到这里了？啊，选一下这个好了
I。can assure you that you didn't slay her and that she didn't kill you. People don't just spring back to life after dying, and the two of us are meeting for the very first
我
time.
们俩也是初次见面呐。
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
This whole thing's a crock of shit. She's just going to pull a knife out of nowhere and stab us again.
死循环看起来是，但是不知道要怎么样，后续会有什么发展就是了。
Well, you won't have to worry about that. The princess is unarmed.
公主手上没有武器啦。
Yeah, that's
受
exactly
骗的
what
声
you
音。
told us last time. You said this whole thing would be easy, but after we sank our blade into her heart, she just got up and started stabbing us.
所以死掉一次就会多一个声音吧。然后这个声音的类型就跟我们上一次的死法有关吗？
Calm down. I assure you she has no weapons, so there's no reason to fear her. You were made for this job. You'll do just fine.
前往木屋。好，我们
A warning before you go any further.
继续往前，要提醒你，
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
He couldn't be more on the money. But we're really doing this, aren't we? I'd say you're lost, but I'm stuck here with you.
很想跟你说，爱去你自己去，但我没办法不一起去。
We know what to look out for this time. We know to be careful.
Just stay focused and you'll be fine.
前往木屋。看过一个陆剧，跟这个差不多。
The interior of the cabin is a jagged mess of warped wood and broken boards, their splintered edges as uninviting as shattered glass. The only furniture of note is a pointed table with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
碎裂的木头，坏掉的木板。
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
镜子是好好的。你没有说有关墙上那面镜子的任何事情呢。
That's because there isn't a mirror. There's a table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here.
那边没有镜子啦。
There's definitely a mirror.
有一面镜子。
There isn't.
没有镜子。
Can you two stop arguing? It's stressful enough in here without all of this extra noise.
我在意，我想看看我自己，我想看看自己有多帅。
I care less about that and more about whether we're being lied to. If he's willing to lie about something as innocuous as a mirror, what else is he hiding from us?
如果他连镜子这种无伤大雅的事情都要说谎，还隐瞒了我们的哪些事？还隐瞒了我们的哪些事呢
I'm not lying to you. Use your eyes. There is no mirror. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would it even do?
好，我们靠近镜子吧，看一看镜子。
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
这是一面墙，没什么好看的。
This really isn't funny.
把镜子擦干净。
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right.
旁白坚持，我们只是在擦拭墙面。
But it was there a second ago.
刚刚还在啊。
Now it's gone. Yet another thing in here playing tricks on us. I hate this place.
好，我们真的拿起匕首了。
You take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay
有水可以吗？
the
你说
princess
现在
and
吗？
save the
有啊
world
有啊
without a weapon.
It feels a bit better to have a weapon in our hands. Let's make her hurt for what she's done to us.
好，OK， 进入地窖。
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing what must once have been stairs. The fractured slats look as if they've been torn from their source and violently jammed into the wall.
都被破坏过一轮了。
The air seeping up from below has an almost metallic quality to it, like the smell of fresh
金
blood.
属的气味。
And you can hear what sounds like the rhythmic scraping of
主角跟
metal
公主是人类吗？目前看起来都不是人类。
If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
That's right. Scraping. I told you she has something. I told you.
That sound could be anything. It's probably just her chains dragging across the floor. I am begging you to get out of your head. Her grating voice carries up the stairs.
I hope you've come to rescue me. I've been stuck down here forever.
There is something so wrong with that voice.
声音不太对劲。
Yeah. She thinks she's better than us. Like she doesn't even have to put on an act this time.
连装都懒得装了。
As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view, her sharp eyes following you from across the room. I wonder if she remembers us.
不知道还记不记得我们？
Finally, somebody! Quick, get me out of these chains. We're not safe here.
帮我拿掉这个锁链，待在这边的话，我们都会有危险的。
Come on now, we're not falling for that, are we? She's trying to trick us, but she can't hide that threatening edge to her voice. She just wants us to get close.
都被绑住了，没有，还是只有一条铁链呢。铁链还是只有一条系着。
If she sounds threatening, it's because her mask is already slipping. She knows why you're here. You are armed, after
手
all.
上拿着武器啊。
What are you waiting for? You are here to rescue me, right?
你还记得上次发生的事吗？
Last time? If somebody came into my house and stabbed me to death and then I killed him, surely I would remember that.
如果有人闯进我家杀了我，然后我也把他杀掉的话，那件事情我是记得的。
But I don't remember it, so it must not have happened.
但我不记得呢，所以应该是没有发生过。
Last time? What are you talking about?
什么？上次你在说什么啊？
Ugh, it's like the two of you are working together on this. Aren't you listening to her? She's obviously lying through her teeth.
I'm terrible at spotting lies, and even I can tell something's up here. We can't be the only ones that looped back to the start. Someone else has to remember, right?
Yes, something is obviously up, and we can all tell that she's lying. The thing she's lying about is how dangerous she is, not dimension hopping or time travel or whatever it is you think you're doing.
如果我靠近你，会不会捅死我？这正是上次发生的事，所以你确实记得吧？我知道你有一把刀，如果你肯丢掉的话，我就放了你。我很想要信任你，但你现在感觉很可疑。我们可以把话讲开吗？我没有锁链的钥匙。我们上次杀死了对方，我不太想要重蹈覆辙。哇，好多！听着，我知道你在生我的气，但我认为我们双方都得先放下过去。我们双方都坦诚以对，如何？有人派我来阻止你毁灭世界，而你上次心脏被刺穿之后，突然活过来把我给杀了。我们谁也不必死，好吧？如果我要放你走，你要做什么？好，我会走过去放你出来。你最好别玩什么花样，然后接近公主。我不相信你，掰拉，转身离开。不管了，送公主上路。不管了，送公主上路吧。
The princess falls silent, her smile unwavering as you charge across the room.
Okay, she hasn't pulled out a knife yet, and her hands are still behind her back. I think we can do this. I think we can win. We just have to strike now, but make sure you keep your eyes on those hands. I don't trust her for a second.
注意她的双手，不能放松警戒。
But your focus is broken by the horrible sound of metal slicing through meat.
Whose meat? Not ours, right?
Hers at first,
先是她的肉，
then yours.
接着是你的。
Hehe.
嘿嘿，
How? What did she even hit us with?
You stare down at your chest and at the long, thin blade she impaled you with.
她刺穿你用了那把又细又长的刀刃。
And then a red, angry slit along the flesh of her thigh, where the blade had been nestled just a moment ago. It's still lodged in her leg, emerging from her knee, hinging up and out of her body like some extra metallic limb.
刀刃的尾端是公主腿上血肉模糊的裂口。片刻之前，刀刃就静静地藏在里面，刀的另一端还在她的腿里，从膝盖的位置突出。
Bullshit. Absolute bullshit.
屁啦，真是离谱到家了。
You're going to die now.
准备受死吧。
With a twist of her knee and a painful squelch, she does just that. Everything goes.
第3章混战。
You're on a path in the woods.
No, fuck that. If we're gonna have to keep doing this over and over and over again, we're not starting in that goddamn woods every time. We're starting in the fucking cabin.
好，直接从小木屋开始吧。从他到大腿跑出刀子。
You're what? The interior of the cabin is sharp, a constricting mess of curved and battered sheet metal pushing you towards. Wait, excuse me? What just happened? What did you just do?
剧情直接把我们带到这边来了。
I feel dizzy.
我头好晕哦。
Oh ho ho ho! I guess I took us to the cabin, didn't I? Isn't that interesting? Who holds the cards now?
所以是怎么说？他们可以抢先说故事，是不是？谁先先描述这个情节，情节就会成真。
The circle's getting smaller and smaller. Running isn't an option anymore. We have to fight.
猎物的声音，轮回变得越来越小，没办法再选择逃避了，我们非战斗不可。
Good. It's better that way. Without a fight, no one can win, and if no one can win, then nothing has any meaning. Great, so obviously you've already been here. How many times?
看来你早就来过了，你来过几次了？
This is our third?
这是第3次吧？
No wonder things have fallen apart. You do realize that every time you fail, she escapes and an entire world is damned to destruction, right?
我们每次失败，他就会逃出去，然后世界也被因此毁灭。
That can't be right. That's too much responsibility. Nah, impossibly high stakes make the fight so much better. Let's just stay focused, shall we? The only furniture of note is a bent metal table.
主角的世界，或者是公主的世界。
Okay, sure, you take the blade before letting me finish telling you it's there. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
还来不及说明那边有把匕首，你就把它拿走了。
This feels right. We just have to keep our senses sharp.
That's right, we've got to be able to win eventually. We will win eventually. Hell, we might even win now. That's a fighting spirit I like to see. You could all learn a thing or two from this one. I'd love to get started just as much as you would, but how are we supposed to get down there?
该怎么下去地窖呢？
You walk through the door. You do know what doors are, right? But there isn't a door, it's just that mirror again.
没有门呐，那面镜子又出现啦。
There isn't a mirror.
真的没有镜子
You
啦
messed things up, didn't you? It's like you can't even see reality anymore.
I can feel the air coming up from behind it, stinking of iron and steel. He might be right. Could be a trick. If our other senses can't feel it, then we can't trust it.
If it's in our way, let's just break it and move on.
靠近镜子，
You make your way to the door at the end of the room, stopping just in front of it. You really must think you're looking at a mirror. Well, it doesn't exist. Just reach forward and open it. Let's just fumble for the handle and be done with it. I don't care what we look like. I care about getting to the end of this mess.
把镜子擦干净。
You reach forward and place your hand on the door to the basement.
结果还是个门。
It's open. And the mirror's gone. How surprising.
It was never there. Just an illusion.
Let's just get to the princess already. I didn't care about the mirror before, and I care about it even less now. Guess it's time for us to see her again.
又要再见到他一次了。
Just stay focused and you'll be fine. You step forward, but you don't get a chance to linger on the basement stairs. They are smooth and flat and
平
metallic,
滑的金属
an
材质，
unintentional and unfortunately slippery ramp that quickly sends you skittering to the bottom.
Your body tumbles onto the basement floor and the form of the princess comes into view, standing at a distance. She gives you a wry smile.
Hi, it looks like you don't have a way out, so I'm not going to play dumb anymore.
你也出不去了，我就不跟你装傻了。
But don't worry about how bad you did last time. That's part of the fun.
别介意上次的表现很差，这正是有趣之处。
She's got another thing coming if she thinks we're going down easy again. Pride makes us dead. The only thing that matters is survival. Actually, does survival matter? We've died twice and nothing bad has come of it. We just need to find a way to win once. Nothing bad has come of it yet.
没发生什么坏事，
Plenty bad has come of it. You've left at least one entire world to ruin. The people there mattered.
至少一个世界毁灭了。
The past isn't real. There's only here and now. Your
哦，
internal
我的天哪！
bickering is cut short by the wet sound of slicing meat. From the princess's arms erupt twin blades, glistening with her blood, the empty flesh of her arms flopping at her elbows like torn sleeves. The chain clatters to the floor.
链条也落下了。OK，
She's loose, and she is coming for you.
You're going to make me walk over to you, aren't you?
Shit. She's coming for us, and I'm out of ideas.
我们要再跟他打一次，面对伤痛不为所动。如果我们不去感受疼痛，他也就伤不到我们了。我们先承认他的力量比我们强吧，捧他一下，运用口才来解决问题也不失为好办法。我们无条件投降。哦，简单，我来跟他调情试试。他的手背可以变成刀刃，而我们不行，我们要抱头鼠窜了。杀掉我们，就算他赢，那我们就抢先他一步杀掉自己吧。 以上的点子都烂透了，构思其他更好的方法。以上的点子都烂透了。
Yeah, that's right. We just have to think. There's probably an answer if we think.
Just standing there, huh? A bold strategy.
You don't have time to finish your thought. In a moment, she's across the room, blades flashing in the dim starlight. She skewers you.
哦，他把你刺死了。
Ow. What a surprise. Yeah, we don't even get a second to think without her stabbing us.
所以公主的字有点难读，这样子，连一刻都不能思考就被她捅死了。
Oh, a new one of us.
有新人加入了。
I thought that only happens when we die. Did we die?
我还以为死了才会有新人加入，我们死了吗？
You're on a... No, you're in a... Where the hell are you?
哦，我们出不去了。明明应该被捅死了，但是出不去。
I don't like that we died without us knowing it. This really, really blurs some lines that I prefer not to be blurred. Are we still dead? Are we alive again? How are we even supposed to know the difference?
Stop saying dead, all of you. We might have died a second ago, but right now we're extremely not dead. This is all horribly wrong. How many times have you been here? This is 4.
这是第4次。
No wonder everything's such a mess. This wasn't supposed to go past 1.
I wonder what you're going to do next. You're so full of ideas, and I love that.
But I guess we don't have time to talk about things before the princess advances. Okay, whatever we do gets us another us. Let's see how many we can stack. There's got to be a point where it makes us better than her.
看能够收集到几个。
We don't need any other voices chattering about in here. It'll just confuse us. All we need is to keep fighting. Yeah, I'll pass on that. As long as we keep moving.
Come on, show me something new.
来点新花招。
Okay, plan.
马上做计划。OK， 好，不能思考。OK， 不能思考，思考的选项不见了。简单，我们来跟他调情吧。计划并未奏效，他再次杀了你，又一次杀了你。你的记忆变得模糊，意识从一段生命跳到了另一段又另一段，只剩下支离破碎的冲突片段。
Compliment her on those gleaming blades. There's nothing better than a capable woman.
痴情的声音，这是死掉几次之后又多出来的声音。
She skewers you.
他把我们刺死了。
You're cute.
Well, there's more of us. Let's see if that helps.
我们人越来越多吧，看看有没有帮助吧。
Then you skewer yourself.
然后你刺死自己。
I thought we both understood that dying doesn't get you anywhere.
你死了之后还是会回到原地啊。
Huh, that didn't do much of anything. We're tougher than I thought.
自杀好像没什么改变的，我们比我们想象的还要皮粗肉厚。
What's the point? It's all the same.
干嘛一直尝试，结果都一样。
Skewers you.
他把我们刺死了。
Oh, don't give up on me just yet. You gotta keep going.
It doesn't matter how many times this takes, we can't give up. Okay, let's go again. Just panic. Flee. She skewers you.
刺死了。
No, you don't get to escape. That's not how this works.
See? We're getting better. Okay, yeah. That was a good one. She's going to kill this body either way. So stop feeling what it feels.
不管怎样都会被杀的，别再去感受了。
She skewers you.
Ooh, not bad. Real tough.
We're getting close to something, can't you feel it? One last time. You're right. One last time, that's all we need. Let's appeal to her better nature. We haven't tried that.
还没
I'm
试过
sure she'll listen
他
to
把那些选项自动选了一遍了。
She skewers you.
他把我们刺死了。
And then everything goes dark, and you die.
第4章玉石俱焚，所以在第3章的最后，我们重复了好几次轮回。
Your Honor, don't lose your head. We're in a cabin, and we'll... Everything feels like it finally fits, doesn't it? We're up here, which is different, and different is good. And our steel claw is already in our
钢
hand.
爪已经在我们手中了哦。那个匕首，我们一开始就握着匕首了，变得不一样了。 我们没有去从桌上拿匕首，我们现在手上已经有匕首了。
Oh, what if? Throw it out the window. Over my dead body.
That won't be very hard. We've died a lot. But I can't say I mind anymore.
我们先存个档好了。
Besides, what better way to die so very many times than at the sharp hands of a beautiful woman? I'm sure I can think of a better way to die. They're all the same, really.
怎么死结果都一样。
How about we stop thinking about horrible ways to die? I don't want us to accidentally manifest. The only thing we're gonna manifest is finally ending up on top. There are entirely too many of you. How many times have you been here? This isn't good. This is... How about you stick to describing things, and we'll stick to doing them? Yeah, leave it to the pros. We'll notch up that win in no time. Narrator, we heroically stride through the door and towards our destined final encounter with our star-crossed lover. Fine by me. You walk to the door and onto the basement stairs, only it's more of a slide. We know.
阶梯更像是滑梯，我们已经知道了，有变化，但结局都一样，算是有进步的是吗？就是可以排除一种无效的做法，下次可以尝试别的方法。
Fine, I'll just shut up then and speed this whole thing along. Are you sure you don't want me to describe the stairs, or this room, or anything? It feels like I'm hardly a part of
我
this.
觉得自己都被排除在外了。
Don't care, just want to win. Fine, you make your way to the basement, where the princess awaits you.
You know, this last time I killed you, and you didn't pop right back up again? I thought I'd actually done it. I thought I'd cut you into so many pieces you just weren't able to stitch yourself back together.
我还以为把你剁得够碎，你没办法把自己拼回来了。
But I guess we're not done. That's okay with me. It's good even. I like that. I got something ready for you while you were gone. Do you want to see it? I'm not going to wait for an answer. I'm just going to show you. It's worth it though. Just you wait. And not for very long, because I'm going to do it right now.
准备了一个东西要给我们看。公主说话是我按的吗？是。
Are you going to say what she does? Do you want me to talk now? Well, yeah, she says she has something new. I want to hear about the new thing. Yeah, me too. I think I speak for all of us when I say that I would like to hear you describe her new thing. Really? Okay then.
Here we go. Now.
The princess's skin twists, splitting into red blooms of raw meat as it stretches and tears. And then it...
生肉闪动着猩红色的暗光，接着爆开了。
It becomes a wave of blood and viscera, pieces of her splattering against the walls. All that remains in the center of the room is a skeleton of blades. A
心脏
heart beats furiously in its
看得到
cage of a chest.
看得到心脏，
Are you ready for what comes next?
准备好要接着看了吗？
Holy shit! She's gorgeous. Absolutely divine. Yes, behold the perfect woman. Do you think we can throw her out the window? That looked painful. How is she still alive? Heart's still beating, that's all she needs. This is fake. This is all fake. That's all just made up. She doesn't even have a back anymore. How are we supposed to stab her in it?
This is all just a sick joke. I hate existing.
We're screwed. I quit. I'm done. Forget it.
Narrator,
放空脑袋，
What just happened? It's so quiet.
哎，又变回来了，变回原本的地窖了。然后呢，让旁白安静。
Something feels different about you. It almost makes me feel different. Like I should actually take this seriously for once.
我们要排除其他的要素就是了。你没有动作，然而身体却自行移动了。你接近公主时，她出手攻击了你，但在击中你之前，你已经闪开了。
You're incredible.
你很强。你们的武器铿锵有声的一再碰撞，你跟他都放空了大脑，专注战斗，进入了无我的境界。两个人交织出绚烂的舞蹈，有来有往的交战，彼此之间暗流汹涌。你们越发投入这支双人舞蹈中，心跳越来越快，攻守交替也越来越频繁，仿佛铺垫了1世纪之久，破绽出现了。你手中的匕首不听使唤地刺出，他的刀刃也同时袭来，双方都造成了致命一击，你们都无法幸存，但两个人都不害怕即将到来的死亡，这样死去很圆满。他是用心脏看人吗？你们没有看到对方死去，未知的力量带走公主，并取而代之。靠近镜子，你走向镜子，注视着镜中的你。你向镜子伸手，周围一片静默，是时候看看镜子里面有些什么了。是你。你独自在空无一物的空间，四周悄然无声。选项是前往木屋。你在木屋前接近它，你认得空壳中的存在，它栖身于夹缝空间。
Something returns to the long quiet. It has surrendered its path of annihilation and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
不明物回归横漠，它放弃毁灭的路径，赠予我脆弱的躯壳。横漠就是没有反应了。你是什么？
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
我是空城中孑然无依的灯火。你是什么？我不知道我是什么。好，彩蛋 ，Hello， 彩蛋 ，Hello， 你好。
I think that you are like me. We are oceans reduced to shallow creeks.
我们是缩减为浅溪的汪洋。这里是末日后的世界吗？
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
既然我们现在在交谈，世界怎么可能会灭亡呢？你是公主吗？
She is part of me, and part of me is her.
她是我的一部分，我的一部分是她。公主始终是你，或是你夺走她的身份。
You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends?
事物的起源跟终点真的重要吗？接下来呢？你知道这里以外的世界吗？你认识旁白吗？你认识旁白吗？
You are the only thing I have ever known.
你是我仅知的存在。
The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us.
我们所在的空间空无一物，只有我们来到这个地方。好，所以这就是个只有我们两个存在的空间。你知道这里以外的世界吗？
I know only that they are.
我只知道世界的存在。接下来呢？
Nothing as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them.
我知道有我们之外的世界，以及我们注定前往这些世界。
There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to.
它可以消除你的记忆，只要你相信，还有这个能力。
Bring me more perspectives so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
带给我更多视角，让我得以完整，也许届时我们会知晓属于我们的自由。意思是说，他们两个都是被故事所困住的意思吗？是这么哲学的事情吗？你不怕我找到方法杀你吗？
I have not lived. I am not afraid to die.
我还会留下多少记忆呢？
Everything, until we meet again.
半点不剩，直到我们重新相遇。所以就是他们两个都被故事给困住了，所以一直重复着这样的过程，每次都会有不一样，但是始终被困在故事当中。
More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home.
比目前找到的多，但比有待寻找的少。我无穷尽，其他人会找到回家的路。如果我不肯就范呢？
Then we will be here forever, as we are now, unfinished, dry, hollow.
所以就是我们现在是故事已经结束了，然后我们卡在故事的结束，没有办法重来。然后我们可以选择要不要重来。如果说我们不选择重来的话，就会像现在这样子，没有剧情。我的任务是杀死公主，阻止她毁灭世界。如果我帮助你，你会毁灭世界吗？
You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold.
毁灭之重塑再造。你在玩文字游戏，如果我帮助你的话，你要做什么？
How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling.
我怎么知道？
Unilluminated.
我是阴暗漫生之物的光。我不要回去等待。
If you need time, then I'll wait with you.
如果你需要时间，我愿意等待，一直等待。
You are as I am now, and forever is a long time to remain undone.
你现在就跟我一样，而永恒是漫长未完的时光。
I am not you, but I know that I would return before forever was finished.
但我知道我会在永恒结束前回来。
What textures will you weave for yourself to occupy forever? Will you place the images of you and I into a box for safekeeping?
要怎么样打发永恒的时光呢？
If you close that box, will you become another you in another world? An imaginary pattern repeating itself until it can no longer bear the weight of
糟
its
糕了，
hand-drawn
我们
cage.
选择要继续等待，结果就跑出一大堆台词。
You'll always come back to the box, because you'll always want to know what it means to be you. I will be here waiting by your side until you're ready to return to mine.
宕机了，不是，游戏自动关闭了，讨厌。这个游戏也来这套。因为我们不肯重来，所以因为我们不肯重来的话，对于游戏来说，就是以游戏来说，可能就是陷入了无止境的时光吧，无止境的空虚的状态，所以就只好自己关掉了。难道又要砍存档了吗？等一下，为什么打不开了？有
You
开了
have
开了。
returned to
哦
me. Though you were gone mere moments, I never left your side.
你曾回归我体内，虽然你曾经短暂离开，但我始终在你左右。关掉之后就马上回来这边。 好，没得选了，好，还是要重来，还是要重来。好，消除我的记忆吧。
She asks that I tell you to remember her.
还要我转达，请你记得她。
You won't.
啊，终于死了！黑暗降临，你身亡了。
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that
OK， 你曾经想过公主会毁灭世界，就是因为你们囚禁她吗？
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock. Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation. Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that.
公主离开木屋，世界就会灭亡，命运注定如此。
It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything.
先有鸡还先有蛋没有意义，蛋孵化了就是末日。
Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
太棒了！我一直想要杀王公贵族，革命万岁！
That's the spirit.
就是要这样。
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess.
好，前往木屋。这应该回到什么都没发生过的状态。
The cabin is almost entirely.
好，进入地窖。我们这次不要拿匕首好了。
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
有没有人吗？
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
继续下楼。
Good. You're still listening to reason.
可惜你没有准备
It
武
would be
器。
better if you had a weapon, but you may still be able to do what needs to be done. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
可以解开这些锁链吗？我尽力而为。调查锁链。
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake.
犯下了天大的错误。
No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
如果没有钥匙，你有其他方法吗？
Maybe there's some way to break the chains?
或许有方法可以破坏锁链。
Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
总能弄断我的手挣脱。
She offers the suggestion with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could finally be free. You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here?
木屋还有其他人。放我出去，试着开门。好，先试着开门吧。
You try the door, but it's locked from the outside.
放我出去。
Your shouts and pleas are met with silence.
换来沉默。
You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
所以这应该是旁白做的事情吧？折返至阶梯底层。这应该是旁白在强迫我们完成任务。
This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
把你也困在这里了。
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf.
这关到脑袋都不正常了，是不是？困兽般绝不带半点犹豫的撕咬手背。
As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal.
公主的肉与骨头分离时，后方出现声响，金属铿锵碰撞。
It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
拯救公主，送公主上路。对吧？这8成也是旁白丢的。
Fine.
算了，随便你。
Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm. Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit. She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal.
公主没有吭声。
No, she didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground. How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
我们该离开这里了。接近上锁的门。
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high.
不能让她离
We
开
can't。just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the
她
bottom
强迫我们
stair,
做。
your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
What are you doing?
送公主上路。警告公主警告公主，
Stop that.
别这样。
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this,
故事的描述者强迫我们这样做。
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect.
身手还是很好。
Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
还有的选吗？抵抗。
The blade. Move the blade.
动啊，匕首。
As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
We both know this isn't you.
你我都知道你身不由己。
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
She
Hey.
plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony. But you aren't dead yet.
Oh no! I'm so sorry.
还有爪子。
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake.
因为我们不想要杀掉他嘛，只好他反过来把我们杀掉，才可以结束这个故事吧。
For her sake? Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone. Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
I'm sorry.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she?
那显然不会用刀，对吧？
Apparently not, though it doesn't matter how sloppy her blade work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out.
I'm so sorry.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks. It can't just end like this.
不可能这么结束的吧？
Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
黑暗降临，你身亡了。真的。第2章，好，有钱要第2章。
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of...
等等，这不是发生过了吗？哦，你这个混蛋，你完蛋了！我知道你的诡计。
My tricks? What on earth are you talking about? We just met for the first time.
我们这次还是不杀好了，好吧？我们应该是刚刚那个选项应该算是跟旁白对立吧。
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it.
我们再试一次，不要杀公主。
Yes, he didn't approve of us last time,
痴
did
情的
he?
声音。
If we're going to save our beloved, we'll have to be sneaky about it.
如果我们想要拯救挚爱，就得在神不知鬼不觉的情况下进行。
Our beloved? Yes, you'll have to be very sneaky about your intentions if you're going to try and save the princess. Ah, so all of the cards are on the table. Then you should know that we and the princess are in love, and the four of us will be foiling any and all assassination attempts you've got in the works. We'll see about that. Whatever you do, just be sure to ignore him specifically. Sounds like he's the sort who'd sacrifice the whole world for a peck on the cheek. What can I say? A world without love is a world that isn't worth saving.
好，可以转身离开。现在转身离开会有差别吗？转身离开。
Are we running away? What are you doing? We have to save her.
还要拯救她。
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
好啦，你打死不退，我会进木屋杀了公主。
Thank you. The whole world owes you a debt of gratitude. Really.
Save. You're going to the cabin to save the princess.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat.
We already told you we're not playing along with your little game. It's your lies that can't be trusted. Her beauty is the only thing in the world we can believe in.
美貌是世上唯一可信的事。
I think we've already been over this. I'm pretty sure he just likes the sound of his own voice. I do, but I also speak from the heart. My passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed. Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet. Don't pay their bickering any mind. Focus on the task ahead.
好，前往木屋。
The interior of the cabin
其实都不太一样了。
and elegant, its stone walls draped in fine-threaded tapestries, a prison befitting a royal
皇室
prisoner.
囚犯的监狱。
The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
靠近镜子，
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime.
把镜子擦干净，
You
我变成
reach
墙壁了
forward。and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
But there was a mirror a second ago, and now it's gone. Pity. We could have a feather out of place, and now we'll never know. We can't gallantly sweep her off her feet if we have a feather out of place.
拿起匕首或者进入地窖，好，直接进入地窖。
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls. The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight.
这出门高多了。不过刚刚有一些的路线，最后我们还是有照到镜子嘛。
But it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. A soft voice carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Her voice. It's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I can hear wedding bells already. I've held my tongue till now, but you're taking this a little too far. We barely even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this over-the-top fawning. Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation.
诶，
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall.
My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment.
You know she can't hear you, right?
She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit.
诶，他跟主角有对话过吗？
Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my
有啦，有对
dashing
话过。
hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
还担心你不回来了。
Did you hear that? She said we're dashing.
And she called us a hero. Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it? Waiting for you to come back. I didn't want to believe your ravings back in the woods, but this is next to incontrovertible evidence. You've been here before.
先前来过这里，
That's right, villain, and you killed us. Well, she killed us.
是不是都长不一样了？哎，对，画面就是这个房间的布置不一样了，服装好像有点差别吧。
Only because he made us try and kill her, it was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty.
And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters is you have a chance to do it right this time.
这次要做出正确的选择。
We damned a whole world. But everything reset.
Nothing resets, you're just somewhere else. You can't keep hopping between worlds forever. Especially not without leaving a trail of incomprehensible devastation behind you. This is horrible.
诶，你上次杀了我，我感到很痛心，你为何要这么做？我身上没有刀子，我得再次切断你的手帮你挣脱吗？我死后发生了什么事？我必须问清楚你在杀了我之后是不是毁灭了世界。我对上次发生的事情感到抱歉，害我来杀死你的旁白占据了我的身体，你这错的离谱。拯救公主。好，对上次的事情感到抱歉。
If another version of me was pushed to such drastic action, it was for good reason.
That's okay. You were just doing your best, and that's all that matters.
She took that in stride, to a surprising extent.
An almost unsettling extent, actually. That's because she's perfect. Do you think she has someone like him telling her what to do?
你觉得他有一个旁白般的存在告诉他应该怎么做吗？
She doesn't. There's no one else like me.
他没有，我是独一无二的。
I think he's right, because I like it better if she doesn't have some horrid little voice like him, always trying to drive her to violence.
OK， 好，我身上没有刀子，我得再次切断你的手帮你挣脱吗？
I'm okay with whatever you come up with. You can cut my arm off again.
公主能知道，公主应该是知道每次都发生的事情，每次的记忆都有留下来吧？应该说主角也记得啦，主角也有留下记忆，公主应该是知道最多的，然后但是旁白是不记得的，旁白是故事的一部分吧。
We won't be laying a finger on her perfect wrists, and indeed, we won't even have to. Do you see how dainty her hands are? We'll be able to slip her right out with no harm done.
没看到她的手多么纤细吗？一定能够毫发无伤把她手抽出来。
What? No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains. Why are you two arguing over the logistics of slipping her hand out of her shackles? She just said she'd be okay with any idea we came up with. Am I the only one here who thinks that's weird? She didn't care last time. Why should she care this time? That's our stoic, smiling angel. No, you're right. It's extremely bizarre behavior and further evidence that she's a monster who's not to be trusted. So go ahead and slay her.
证明了她是不值得信赖的怪物，去夺走她的性命吧。我死后发生了什么事情？
You died, and now we're talking.
你死了，然后我们现在来说话。在我们开始交谈之前，我想问：世界真的毁灭了吗？是你毁灭了世界吗？
I don't know. Was I supposed to have ended the world? Would that have made you happy?
Isn't that just like our darling princess? She wants to make us happy. My heart melts further with every word that passes through her beautiful lips. Are you listening to her? That's a confession.
他承认了，他承认毁灭世界了。不，我不想要世界毁灭。我对世界毁灭毫无感觉。坦白说，这个世界烂透了，人类就如同瘟疫。我希望你慢慢折磨他们致死。保持沉默好了。不，我不想要世界毁灭。
Then I didn't end the world.
那我就没有毁灭世界。
See? She didn't confess anything. She is innocence itself. I'm not so sure.
拯救公主吗？
No.
Oh.
I can't let you do that. If you take another step towards the princess, You'll what? Take over our body and force us to try and kill her? I would if you had a weapon.
要是有武器的话，就会这么做。
Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain titanic depths, and if you try anything that might harm our dearest, I will end our life without a second thought. You wouldn't. I would. I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings, and doesn't the world end if we don't stop her?
直接抽出来了。
Princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned. We're doomed.
本来不该成功的。
I can't believe it. But I guess I have to. I told you, there's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace. Ugh.
旁白很不高兴。
If only you had a weapon, one slip of the wrist and your pristine blade would be buried in her back, and everyone out there would be saved. Luckily for Mr. Romance, we don't have a weapon. Who needs a weapon when we have the power of love on our side?
然后呢？
What do we do now?
你想要做什么？我们要离开这里，接着就有大把的时间来思考接下来要做什么。你想要做什么？
Let me guess. End the world? spoken with the rank cynicism of someone who has never felt love in his heart.
I don't actually know. Nobody's ever asked me what I wanted before.
She doesn't even know what she wants. You may have had her all wrong. What if this whole thing is just a misunderstanding? What if she doesn't want to end the world? You're so gullible. Is the only thing you've ever doubted the actual truth?
I think I want to leave. And I think...
我应该想离开吧，然后我想要 jump scare 了吗？
The princess
没有。
closes her eyes in deep reflection.
并没有反转吗？
And then she shrugs.
然后她耸耸肩。
I don't know. What do you want to do?
我希望你能说出你想做的事，你一定有想做的事。你想要毁灭世界吗？我只想要离开，剩下的事可以待会再想。如果你想要离开，那我们就走吧。我希望你能说出你想做的事。
I just want to make you happy.
只想要让我们开心。
She can't just want to make us happy.
不可能只想要让我们开心。
It makes sense to me. That's all I want for her, so of course she'd want the same for us.
你一定有想做的事，但什么会让你感到开心呢？除了让我开心，你必须有其他想要做的事，但你需要有自己想要做的事。你才刚认识我，不能将你所有的快乐都建筑在我身上。音乐失真了吗？我想要你惹我不开心。哦，我也听出来了，刚刚我还没有听出来。你一定有想做的事，但什么会让你感到开心呢？
I just want to make you happy.
我只想要让你开心。
Is she broken? What's going on?
她疯了吗？这怎么回事？
What's going on is she's lying to you, only she isn't a good liar. Are you starting to trust me now?
你想要毁灭世界吗？我只想离开，剩下的事情可以待会再想。
That sounds perfect.
Oh, phew. She's back to normal.
哎呀，
Normal? What are you talking about? Our angel has always been.
所以我们是把那个路线又搬回来了吗？
Flawless.
又把路线搬回来了，是不是？
The princess takes your hand, the last hopes of the entire world slipping through your fingers as they intertwine with hers.
全世界所剩的希望从你的指尖溜走。
We have each other. We don't need the world for our happy ending. I like to think that you do, actually. Look, I have my doubts, but the choice has been made and this is happening. You don't have to mope about it.
事已至此，别郁郁寡欢了。
I will mope about it, because moping is the only recourse you love-blind fools have left me with.
You and the princess walk up the stairs, hand in hand.
Ugh, look at the way she's smiling at you. She
刚刚有
doesn't
喝
have
水
to
吗
be？ so happy about this.
没有，我现在看不到指令。
And what happens after we walk up the stairs?
那我们走上阶梯之后发生了什么事？
Let's see. Oh, isn't that interesting? The door slams in your face and the lock clicks.
然后旁白又在乱，这应该是旁白做的事情吧？
That's a familiar move. Did I do that last time? Then you should know that you won't be able to leave.
那你应该知道你是不可能离开的。
Oh no! Did someone lock us in here? That's not fair. We're supposed to leave now.
She's right. It isn't fair. But the unfairnesses of the world are no match for the strength of true love. Enough with this true love nonsense. You just met her. Of course you wouldn't understand. Our passions run deeper than anything you have ever known. Are you listening to this? You don't have to go along with the every whim of that delusional voice. I'm just along for the ride at this point.
如果我们一起努力，应该打得开。
Okay, yeah, let's do it.
Like a pair of teenagers in love, you and the princess place your hands on the door together.
Yeah.
And
然后
the lock clicks and the door creaks open. Are you kidding me?
啊，很普通的开了。
I told you our love was insurmountable.
You and the princess make your way upstairs, and the blade, that's right, there's still a chance for you to do the right thing. Take the blade from the table and slay her before it's too late.
现在还有机会杀他。拿起匕首送公主上路，你并不打算这么做。我们存个档来试试看好了。拿起匕首送公主上路，硬要。
You take the blade from the table, turning its tip towards the unsuspecting princess. Thank you.
这什么烂剧本啊
！Wait, no, you barbarian! What are you doing?
But you ignore the pleas of the foolish little voice and strike. The princess's eyes grow wide with terror as the blade falls, but she does absolutely nothing to stop you. Your blade pierces her heart, and she collapses pathetically to the ground.
I'm sorry. Did I do something wrong?
No, my love, you did nothing wrong. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Not you.
I'm going to die now. I think that's what you want.
And just like that, she's dead. And the world is saved. Thank you for seeing this through. I know it must have been difficult.
I feel sick.
Sick? You took part in the murder of the fairest creature that's ever lived. And you merely
成就杀害无辜。
I, for one, am absolutely distraught, grief-stricken, inconsolable.
You'll get over it. You just saved everyone.
你会走出来，你刚才拯救了所有人呢。
Get over it? You smarmy ass. There's nothing in the world worth getting over it for. We might as well just end it all.
You raise the blade, aiming the point directly towards your heart. Excuse me? No, you absolutely do not do that. Yeah, let's not make any rash decisions. We should give ourselves a minute, take a deep breath, and...
Rash. The only rash decision we've made was running our cursed blade through her heart.
我才是在此做决定的人，我不允许。如果你想要这么做，那就来看看会发生什么事吧。那就来看看会发生什么事吧。
What? No, let's not do that. You won't use your fancy reverse psychotherapeutics on me, murderer. We're dying together right now.
其他声音应该只能提建议吧。操控我们的身体的应该只有旁白做得到，我猜啦。
All of you may have previously thought that my passions were too great to stifle, but those were merely passions of joy. My passions of sorrow run deeper than the ocean itself, and you'll find that they are far more unstiflable. Haven't you? Haven't you all?
I don't believe this.
What? What don't you believe?
You plunge the blade into your own heart and collapse to the floor.
You can't be serious. Why are you helping him?
I'm not. He just made it happen. I'm sorry.
That's right. You're all sorry.
对，要重来了。
Everything goes dark, and you die.
哦，我还继续下去呢。
You're on a path in the woods.
You horrid monster. Do you think just because we've returned to the woods you've earned my forgiveness? Our beloved had best be alive and well when we return to the cabin, or you'll never know the end of my wrath.
那这边也先存一下。然后读档是这个吗？不是，读档是哪个？载入、储存、载入这个。好，要不要拿起匕首送公主上路？我们在这边选择拒绝。
You're enjoying this, aren't you? You're taking every opportunity you can to draw out the end of the world and make me
用尽一切机会引发世界末日。
I hate you. You know, if her walking out that door is really going to end the world, can't we all just stay here? Seems like an easy win for everyone. That's not how this works.
这边的风景变精致了吗？有，就是这整个牢房都变成石造的、石头做的牢房。
Yes, what he
之前
said.
只是小木屋而已。
Obviously, we have to leave with her. It's our happy ending.
我们只需要彼此就能获得幸福，不如我们就待在这里面吧，共同组建生活。别再干扰我了，我心意已决，我们要离开。
Yes, I suppose you are going to do that, aren't you? You cross the room, opening the door to the cabin, and then you step outside.
爱使你自由啊，成就的名字。接着走向外面。
A happy ending at last.
幸福结局终于到来了。
We did it! What should we do now?
Where did everything go?
周遭的事物到哪去了？
Where did he go? Oh, is he gone? I hadn't noticed. I was too busy staring deep into our beloved's eyes.
I'm cold. Is being happy supposed to be so cold?
幸福的感觉是这么冷吗？
She's cold. Quick, our feathers. Pluck them all and weave her a coat worthy of a princess.
哦，又被带走了。但你没有制作那件外套的机会，也不会再有机会了。你该离开了，记忆回笼。
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her?
所以要再重来一次了，这就是回到那个空虚的结局吧。
And is that a mirror? Why is it here?
你们当然会怕，这对你们来说是结局，但对我来说不是。我会有事的，相信我就对了。
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything. Yes, I fear that we won't like what we'll see. What if we just sit here and preen for a while? That can't hurt, right?
这并不是结局，无论如何，彼岸一定是美好的。啊，靠近镜子。
I don't like that silence.
各种声音随着你靠近而逐渐减弱、远去，注视着镜中的你。肿胀，你肿胀了啊，跟之前不一样哎。之前只是看到你，现在是显示你肿胀了。你发现自己又来到了横末，前往木屋。 你在木屋前，跟之前来的时候还不一样哎，接近他，所以我们第二次走到这个结局的时候，还有不一样的内容。
Flickering lights in empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before.
摇曳的灯火在空荡的市井形成生机和活动的区块，我比之前完整了。
Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
等你准备好，我会再次抹去你的记忆。你是跟之前一样的存在吗？你变了多少了？
Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
每副躯壳都会赋予我全新的视角，开拓新的表达途径。所以我们可以透过很多不同的路线来到这个地方，然后会根据我们跑过多少路线，把这边的公主给慢慢的完整起来。一切结束之后，你知道要做什么吗？你的每一句话都像个谜语，能给我一个直截了当的答案吗？
I'm sorry. Words are difficult for me. They never fully weave what I wish to say. If you do not like my answers, then you need not ask me questions.
言辞对我来说是个难题，如果你不满意，那就不必再问了。
The vessels you choose to bring me carry far more meaning than anything words could say in the spaces between.
我回去之后，仿佛有道看不见的墙围绕着我。我之前做到的事情，为什么无法重现？
Those paths lead to worlds you've already seen, and to perspectives I have already made my own. They are useless to us now, inaccessible. The only paths of value are those that are yet untread.
这些路径对我们已经无益处，封闭，只有未曾踏足的路才重要。就是在告诉我们，我们绝对不会走到同样的路线吗？就算我们选择一样的路线，就算我们选择一样的选项，也绝对不会走到同一条路，是不是？有这么厉害吗？攻击形体，破坏你的躯体。我究竟还要带来多少个躯壳呢？
If I am to be an ocean, you have nurtured me into a pond. My waters are shallow and murky, and I yearn for more perspective.
渴望更多视角。
You will have your rest in due time, and I am sorry for the burdens I place on you.
你对这副躯壳有任何想法吗？
This one is soft and delicate. You molded her to love you, and she'll make for a gentle heart. Do not mourn her. She has served her purpose.
责任已了了。你对我有什么看法？我曾经伤害我带来的这些躯壳。
The vessels are shaped by memories of you, but their impulses are drawn to the edge of the long quiet. To them, you are a gate to something more, and any hurt you've caused them is understood as a fair price for freedom. But they are only thoughts and perspectives. They are not me.
我们是通往圆满的门。
The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before. I would be alone and without sensation. I could not feel the joy of having you by my side, for I would not know your absence.
好，我们对这些身体造成的伤害，就是可以让这个家伙产生感情就是了吧？一切结束之后，你知道要做什么吗？
With every gift you bring me, I excavate the alleys of what I am meant to be, and every exploration yields new and complicated truths. What I will be is different than what I am, and what I am is different from what I was. I cannot tell you what desires I will hold when I have changed, but in this moment, all I want is to know myself and to know you.
可以攻击吗？不用打。攻击形体，你的意志攻击面前的形体，但没有任何效果。
My roots burrow in an ocean beyond your sight. We cannot harm each other as we are now.
处于目前的形态时，我们无法伤害对方，破坏你的躯体。你加深结束生命的想法，但意志的刀刃没入你身。躯体理应存在的空间，身躯理应存在的空间，你没有特别的感觉。面前众多的手，有一双向前轻触你的脸。
There's nowhere for you to be but here.
这个是我们选择跟公主一起离开之后发生的事情。准备好回去了。
I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
黑暗降临，你身亡了。又回到第一章了，就算我们回到了第一章
You're on a path in the wood.
就算我们回到了第一章，但是我们经历过的那些路线还是都会被累积下来。累积下来之后，变成一个，就是慢慢的变成完全体就是了。不是复写，不是复写 ，no， 不是复写，读取。好，那我们把公主杀掉之后，来到第3章。所以有看懂吗？就好像懂一点。
You horrid monster. Do you think just because we've returned to the woods you've earned my forgiveness? Our beloved had best be alive and well when we return to the cabin, or you'll never know the end of my wrath.
所以这样应该是第3章了。
She won't be alive and well when we return to that cabin, because she's dead. We killed her. You killed her. And so I killed you.
我们刚刚发生的情况是，把公主杀掉之后，痴情的声音又怂恿我们自杀，这样子。
And you clearly didn't do a good enough job. I'm still here.
画路线图，如果说相信刚刚游戏的暗示的话，就是我们怎么选都不会重复啦。按照刚刚游戏好像有暗示这个事实，就算我们选一样的选项，但是内容也是不会重复的。就是我们之前走过一样的路的那一次的影响，会在我们下一次选择一样的路线的时候，还是会造成一些改变，这样子。
Oh, and I'm still here too. If you lot get to be
中翻翻得
blessed
不
with
错。
seeing the eternal life, that must mean she's still there, waiting for us to throw ourselves at her feet in remorse. I doubt it. I think I'm better at killing than you are.
好，所以现在看
So you've been here before.
这一轮会是如何就是了。
Been here before. What
第二
count
次
is it this time? 2? It's our third.
第3次。
What gave it away? Your open discussions. I couldn't care less what he knows. Every second we stand around arguing in the woods is a second that I'm anxiously worrying about her. Take us to the cabin and take us there now. With each passing moment, our relationship may be damaged even further, though I fear the rift between us may already be permanent. And if it is permanent, then what? You'll kill us again? Oh, you just wait.
丧妻之痛。
My vengeance will echo the depths of my bereavement. Don't provoke him. I'd prefer if we didn't die again. I'm not fond of dying. Why not? You've already done it twice. It was unpleasant. It was only unpleasant because you think it's supposed to be unpleasant. I'll make you feel what I feel if it's the last thing I do. And mark my words, you won't like it when it happens. Oh, how exciting. I'd love to see you try. Can I? Well, I'm not just going to try. I'm going to actually do it. I'm looking forward to it. Good. I am too. Can I talk now? Yes, I can. Great. Now that you're listening, let me remind you that if you're here in the woods, it means that the princess is not dead, and that her very existence currently poses a direct threat to the entire world.
OK， 好，关于这个地方有多么的不同，我们还没聊够呢。这里上次没有什么变化啊。如果我们不前往小木屋会怎么样？我才是在此做决定的人。如果我们要再杀死他一遍，你不可以逼我们自杀，听清楚了吗？无论接下来会发生什么事，我们答案似乎都在小木屋里，不如就前进吧。我受够这一切啦，拜啦，用个档吧，然后再选择受够这一切吧，受够这一切啦，拜啦。
You can't run from your consequences forever. One way or another, you'll have to face what you've done. Let's see what we can find. It's bound to be more interesting than doing the same thing over again.
对啊，旁白只是想要完成这个故事而已啊。旁白的职责。他在这个故事的职责就是引导主角去把公主杀死，对，然后对他来说，杀死公主就结束了，对，他不会觉得，他不会留下来前一轮的记忆啦，对，他每一次出现都只是为了完成这个任务而已，对，然后因为主角有留下来以前的记忆，或者是说有出现其他的声音，跟主角说之前发生的事吧。对，然后主角有之前的一些东西留下来，对公主来说也是吧。
Wait, something isn't right. Can you still hear me? You're supposed to wind up at the cabin, but everything is getting
fuzzy. 直接结束了，结束了。
What's going on? Where are we? I don't know. But it feels like home.
感觉像是家。
Of course, oblivion is what we deserve.
又来到了横末，记忆回笼。栖身于此的事物在你心灵边缘再次收缩，他很愤怒，背叛。你每拒绝我一次，便是在拒绝你自己。你想要在此徘徊，与被你灌输仇恨的生物永远纠缠下去吗？所谓的永恒并无尽头，冰冷的恨意，我们无限。哦。
You're on a path in the woods.
还真的每次都不一样
And
的。
at the end of that path is a
读档吧，读这个档 ，OK， 好。探究，如果我们不前往小木屋会怎么样呢？
She'll find a way out eventually and the world will still end. The only way this resolves is if you find her and slay her before that happens. Again he makes her out to be a monster. I'm tired of all this slander. She's never hurt anyone in her life except for us, and that was our fault. We don't know that. She could have done all sorts of things we weren't around to see. Turn around and leave, go to the cabin. I'm fine with either.
只要别再做一样的事情就好。
Just do the same thing again.
OK， 好，反正我们就前往小木屋吧。然后我们还是不要杀掉好了，我们就努力的不要杀他。
I'm sure you've already heard my words of warning in one of your past lives. You've already managed to slay her once. Just don't muck it up this time, all right? Oh, we'll muck it up, all right. We'll get our happy ending, even if it damns each and every person who's ever lived. Whatever you do, don't let him influence a single decision. He's clearly lost it. I hate that I'm agreeing with him on anything, but I really don't like being at the whims of someone so unstable. It's stressful. Yes, having all those feelings isn't very productive, is it? But we're just passengers here. Why stress over something you can't control? You're saying that like stress is just something you can turn off. It is. It's easy. Whatever happens, happens.
该发生的总会发生。
Are you even alive? What's the point of doing anything if you're not going to feel a single emotion? I don't know. I just exist. And that's fine with me. This is horribly unproductive. The cabin and your extremely important destiny await.
哦，前往木屋。
The interior of the cabin
这
feels
什么东西？
dry and brittle. Ancient dust-covered wooden beams hold up a crumbling ceiling like mummified ribs, each elegantly carved detail of the stately building preserved in an extended stasis.
干枯又
Everything
了
here
无
has
生
been
机。
kept safe and dry.
旁白不想变化，其他人想变化，这样。其他人应该只是很疑惑吧？其他人应该只是很疑惑，对于现状感到疑惑。对他，就是每一次故事重新开始的时候，就主角是不知道前因后果的吧？就是他不知道之前发生，就是应该怎么说呢？他们是突然出现在这里的，对他并没有来到这个地方的记忆，他就只是突然出现在这边，然后应该是感到很疑惑的状态吧。对，主角应该是会想要搞清楚到底发生了什么事。对，但是旁白只是想要完成他的工作啦，旁白就只是想要让故事结束掉而已。好像穿着婚纱。
You can feel something watching you. There is a figure faintly outlined against the dusty wood of the far wall.
木质墙面上印着若隐若现的人影。
Is that her?
是他吗？
Our beloved. So she does live. She doesn't look very alive to me. Before you can make a move, the figure is gone, vanishing behind the door on the far side of the room. The door at the end of the room, but there isn't a door, it's just that damn mirror again. Ah, yes, the mirror. So we can see the monster we've become. If it even lets us look before it vanishes too. The mirror? Is this some kind of joke? Did you all plan this out before dying? There is no mirror. There's the door to the basement, the table,
旁白还宣称有桌子。
Huh. That's strange.
没有了。
There's supposed to be a pristine blade. Why isn't there a pristine blade? Maybe it's gone because we've already killed her with it. Perhaps it's gone because an oh-so-deserved guilt has started to worm its way into each and every one of you. Perhaps all of you do feel just as bad as I about what we've done. Though if you felt the oppressive guilt I feel, we would have manifested that weapon directly into our heart. I suppose it doesn't matter why the blade is gone, but you're going to have to find it if you're going to do this right. So why don't you march over to that door and make your way down to the basement?
探究，但这里没有门啊。靠近镜子。
As if something as flimsy as a missing door would stop us on our sacred quest. Cross the room, find our way back to her, make things right. You're clearly hallucinating, but I'd rather not get into it with you right now. The door to the basement is on the far side of the room, whether you can see it or not.
那这个房间的一切都会抖，所有的线条都会抖，但是只有这个镜子不会抖。靠近镜子。
You make your way to the door at the end of the room, stopping just in front of it. You must think you're looking at that mirror you mentioned earlier, the one that doesn't exist.
就连现在也是。
Just reach forward and open the door.
现在这边的线条都是会抖的，但是镜子的线条就是好好的。
It's still so hazy. We should try and clean it off. Yes, trying to touch it does seem to be the magic spell to get it out of our way.
把镜子擦干净。
It's time for all of you to see what we've become. You reach forward and place your hand on the door to the basement.
开始变成门了。
The handle is just a little to your right and a little down. So much for our reflection. We didn't need to see ourselves anyway. I'm much more interested in seeing other things. I see. We are too hideous for even a mirror to behold. We can only hope she might still see some good in us. No way left to go but down.
只能下去了，进入地窖。
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an antique staircase lit by weak torchlight. The air here is so stale it practically stands still, as if the very molecules of this place have been fossilized.
是等太久了吗？
Eons until your arrival.
等太久已经变成鬼了。
Even the blaze of the torches can't penetrate the odorless air, as if they'd run out of fuel to burn ages ago, their light still flickering more out of habit than from adhering to a physical reality. A wispy figure watches you from the bottom of the stairs, face veiled in shadow. There she is again.
又是他呢。
My love. She's just an old memory. Your eyes lock for a brief moment, then she vanishes around the corner.
我对上次的事感到抱歉，我们可以和好吗？有人在吗？我想我们有很多要讨论的事。我身上没有武器，我来到这里时楼上什么东西也没有。继续下楼好了。
As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. A skeletal body lying in a heap on the floor, her wrist still bound to the wall by a heavy
怎么来得太晚了是不是？
This cell is a dark and isolated place, with not so much as a window to allow starlight to penetrate the gloom.
连窗户也没有。
See? She's dead.
那我们也不用杀了。
No! What foul trickery is this? How can this be? We just saw her alive and well a moment ago, floating away transparently. Whatever we saw was a ghost. I thought we were all on the same page. Do try to keep up. Your thoughts are interrupted by the sound of a slamming door and a clicking lock.
说起来了。
You turn to see the shade of the princess staring down at you from the top of the stairs, clutching a brightly burning torch.
他有办法锁门哦。
So that's where the blade is. It's already in her heart. And yet she isn't dead.
匕首在那里，已经在她心脏里了。
She is dead. Have you never heard of a ghost before? Oh, for the love of... Can we not waste time arguing over the semantics of what is and isn't dead? She is clearly conscious. She clearly just slammed the door on you, and she clearly has a weapon. Your pristine blade sticking out of her chest. This is extremely bad, catastrophic even. Yet, dead or not, what are we supposed to do about her? Slaying or destroying, if we want to be a little more death neutral. We make amends. She obviously still holds us in her heart. She's bearing a torch for us and everything. But she hasn't said anything. Are you sure she can talk like this?
有办法交谈吗？
You came back. I missed you.
That angelic voice. I missed you too, my beloved. You sure snapped back to your old self quick. Yes. Seeing her dazzling countenance again has reignited the warmth in my heart. I have found it in me to forgive the sins this body has committed. We can have our perfect romance after all.
This is a bad place. We're supposed to be together, but it keeps making us hurt each other.
我们应该要在一起的，他却一直逼着我们互相伤害。
The torch falls from the princess's hand and bounces down the stairs.
火炬滚下阶梯。
It'll be so much better when it's gone.
这里消失的话，情况就会好转许多了。
The skeletal wood of the basement, perfectly dry after uncountable years of desiccation. She's trying to kill us. A misplaced escalation of her passions, but clearly she still cares for us. I say we burn with her.
你为什么要关门？你是想要杀了我吗？我会被烧死的。你是气我杀了你吗？对不起，冲去拿匕首，冲向门去。你为什么要关门？
Because I wanted to be with you. I don't want you to leave.
不想要你离开啊。
See? Everything's fine. She wants to be with us. Yeah, in a bad way. She just has a unique way of expressing things. The fire grows quickly, devouring the basement, dancing up the walls and painting every surface with strokes of flame. You're choked by smoke, and the air around you grows uncomfortably warm. We've never burned to death before.
之前还没被烧死过呢。
I wonder how it's going to feel. Bad. I bet it'll feel really, really bad. Yes, it will be terrible, so you'd better come up with something to do and fast. Your personal safety is far from the only thing she's threatening right now. I think a bit of fiery passion is good for the world. You're just trying to spoil her fun. I'm not spoiling anything. I'm trying to prevent oblivion.
我想要避免湮灭。OK 你有什么毛病？我不想要这样。拜托，算我求求你，我愿意做任何事，只要别让我烧死就好。我会被烧死的。
It's okay. I'm going to burn too. And then we won't hurt anymore.
我也会被烧死，我们之后就再也不会痛了。
She's right about the last part. Burning doesn't hurt forever. The heat grows in intensity as the flames draw ever nearer. You can practically feel your skin sizzling already. If you're going to try and stop her from killing you and destroying the whole world, you'd better do something and you'd better do it now. I wonder if we look good right now. Fire makes a lot of things look good. I can only imagine how dazzling our eyes are in the dancing flames. Do you think she's noticed? I don't want to burn to death. We don't have to, right?
拜托，算我求求你，我愿意做任何事。
You'll understand when it's over, just like I understood after you stabbed me in the heart. Everything is okay.
一切结束之后，你就会明白了。
She's holding a grudge.
未免是怀恨在心。
She wouldn't. She's perfect. Flames lick at your form, stripping layers of you away, causing your skin to blister and pop and crisp. As you burn, the princess glides to your side, her ghostly form blackening as she too succumbs.
幽灵也会被烧。
This is terrible. We're going to die. I'd savor this feeling if I were you. Soon enough, we won't have nerve.
刚刚应该先存个档的，冲去拿匕首，不知道会怎么样。
And we'll get to die with her. After what you made us do last time, this is as sweet an end as we could hope for. She clutches you close to her chest,
好，
Her eyes bright and her smile wide with manic affection, watching as the flames take you away.
好像有那个油锅的声音，是不是？这个声音听起来像是油锅。哎呦，哎呦，还要继续哦，适可而止了吧？
Each of you screams as your flesh is stripped away, your muscles stiffening as they're cooked, your blood boiling in your veins.
还烧。
But it isn't long before the flames take your nerves, and with them, your ability to feel much of anything.
再也感觉不到任何事物了。
See? That wasn't so bad. It was so bad. But somehow, nothing is so much worse. You'll get used to it. There are still the feelings of the heart. Those never go away.
就不知道怎么搞的，幽灵也烧了起来就是了。
Oh, they always do in the end. You just haven't experienced enough. Eventually, you'll want them to stop too.
感情总在最后消失，只是经历的还不够多而已。
Trust me. The princess's smile never fades. Her skin peels away, and then her muscle, until all you can see is her charring scar.
挂着永恒的笑容，
in an eternal grin.
衣服倒是都还在。
It's very romantic, really. We got our happy ending after all. We can die happy.
啊，被带走了。好，被带走了，所以那个又献上了一个躯体，记忆回笼了。
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
哦，靠近镜子，靠近镜子。
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final. Yes, I fear that we won't like what we'll see. What if we just sit here and preen for a while? That can't hurt, right?
Ignore the cowards. You have to look.
所以会跟之前也不一样，各种声音随着你靠近而逐渐减弱远去，注视着镜中的你。你向前伸手，周围一片静默，他们走了，镜子还在。是时候看镜子里面有些什么了。肿胀了，是一样的。肿胀是第二次出现了。发现自己又来到了横陌，前往木屋。你在木屋前接近它，是不是不一样了？不一样了。
Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
产生这么大的变化是什么感觉？
Eyes close in reflection. Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my nature, and there are familiarities that bind everything together.
体验的广度延伸至新的角度。
It feels correct. This is what I need to be. This is the only path forward.
这个还没选过，你知道最后你变得完整之后，我会取你性命吧？
There is still much to be seen. Neither of us know the depths of our being. Perhaps at the end of this, I will be the one to kill you. Or perhaps we will leave this place together and find new horizons to discover.
你待我比我之前见过的其他人温柔，谢谢。
Why wouldn't I be kind to you? You are the only thing I know that isn't me.
只有你是我所知道，不是我的存在。OK 啊，你希望我之后带来什么礼物？
Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them. My joy is in seeing what you choose. There are no wrong answers, and every perspective illuminates my shadows.
就是他只认识我啦，他只认识我而已，所以当然会对我们好。我的喜悦源于看到你的选择，选择没有对错，视角都会启蒙我贡献新的秘密。对于改变或成长，你有没有偏好的方向呢？
My preference is for you to show me what you would like me to see. I cannot know the ways I wish to grow, for I have yet to feel them. It is you who guides me down the thin trail of perspective and memory.
只有你是我所知道，不是我的存在。就是除了我自己之外，我知道的其他东西就只有你一个而已。只有你是我所认识的其他的东西。好。我不想要再伤害你了，但我怕一再回来，情况只会变得更加恶化。
The vessels are shaped by memories of you, but they are drawn to
这样看过了。
the wounds they've suffered. I would be.
不要装模作样了，你的回答十分空洞。
I'm sorry. Words are.
这也是看过的。好啦，准备好回去了。
I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
这样，好吧，这一下好像总是会吓到我。又回到第一章了嘛？送回浴火灰烬。
You're on a path in the wood.
好。你想过或许我可以接受世界灭亡？
Of course I haven't. Why would I even consider that? Nobody wants the world to end. I mean, maybe some people do, like nihilists or very, very evil people, but
好，我们选
surely you're not one
择
of those.
我们选择可以接受世界灭亡。玻璃是什么隐藏的东西吗？不知道欸。从镜子里面跑出来的意思吗？想都别想，我不干。
Are you serious? No, you have to do it.
杀死公主似乎不是良善之举，不是吗？
Does it? Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress? If anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses contribute something of value to society.
好哦，谢谢你告诉我该做什么。
Don't mention it. It's all part of the job.
出发了。
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
We're not going to go through with this, right?
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's...
前往木屋还有什么可以选的？进入地窖。我是来探望你的。
You are? It's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes.
你好，可以解开这些锁链吗？别急，我们先聊聊。
Okay.
你叫什么名字？
Oh.
She pauses, carefully formulating her words before she responds.
我们没有拿刀子哈，应该没有拿。
You can address me as Your Royal Highness. Or you can just call me Princess if Your Royal Highness is too formal.
公主殿下，公主。
Is Princess her name or her title? What if it's both? Could you imagine being named Princess Princess?
公主的名字就叫公主。所以你的名字是公主。
Like I said, you can call me Princess if you'd like. I'm sorry, I've been down here so long, I guess I've just forgotten. I must have a name, though. Everyone has a name.
久到忘记了。
Okay, that's weird. She hadn't even thought to pick a name for herself. Hopefully you're starting to see that she can't be trusted. Go back upstairs, get the blade, and slay her before it's too late.
完全不了解你，只知道你被关在这里是有理由的。
Of course I'm locked up down here for a reason. I don't actually know what that reason is, but you don't just stuff a princess in a basement and throw away the key without there being some sort of an explanation, right?
You have all the explanation you need. You should know better than to trust whatever she comes up with.
如果我是你这阵子看到的第一个人，那你都吃些什么，喝些什么呢？
I don't see what that has to do with anything.
This is the only time this is ever going to happen, but I agree with the princess. That's hardly relevant.
Okay, but actually, what has she been eating?
总要吃东西吧。
She has to eat, right?
有人派我来杀掉你，你似乎会毁灭世界。但我不相信你真的这么危险。但我希望亲自会会你，我仍然不确定该相信什么。
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think. I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here for so long.
困在这里太久了。
That's... How long has she been locked away?
Did they tell you how I'm supposed to end the world?
我倒希望你能告诉我。
I don't know how to destroy the world, if that's what you're getting at.
I believe her. She doesn't have to know how to destroy the world to be capable of doing it.
她不需要知道如何毁灭世界，也能够毁灭世界。
At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why. I don't trust that, and I don't think you do either, or you wouldn't have come down here to talk.
She has a point. We're talking like this for a reason.
So this shouldn't be about what I'd do if I got out of here, or me saying the right thing to convince you to save me. This is about how messed up this whole situation is. This is my life we're talking about.
真正的问题在这整个情况多么的莫名其妙。
Do you really think I can even end the world? Why would I even want to? We both know that if there's people we can't trust in this situation, it's whoever locked me down here, and it's whoever sent you here. And those two groups are probably one and the same.
Don't let her turn the tables here. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch, no less.
我不会杀你，但我不能让你自由，太冒险了。不如我留下来陪伴你一阵子，说不定之后就皆大欢喜了。我会确保你继续困在地窖，至少持续一小段时间。我们可以深入认识对方，直到我拿定主意。对不起，我不信任你，你的说辞都不拢。我不能赌上世界未定的命运，冒险相信你，取得匕首。二话不说，回楼上取得匕首。然后下面是救他。好，不杀你，但不能让你自由，留下来陪伴你一阵子吧。
That seems like a pretty good compromise.
I don't think I could bear being down here that much longer.
Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her soon, she will find a way out.
So I'm the only one who liked that idea.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. It would make it easier for both of us if you'd help. But if you don't, I can promise that you'll regret that decision.
你不帮忙的话会后悔的。
You have to make a choice. Let's hope for all our sakes it's the right one.
OK， 取得匕首，把你弄出去，困在地窖。好，3种不同的方向，存个档吧。好，先取得匕首好了。
Thank you. You turn back to the stairs, intent on retrieving the blade in the cabin.
然后门关了。
Where are you going? You can't just leave me here. Fine. Turn your back on me. But it won't be long before I slip these chains. And once I'm out of here, there will be hell to pay for leaving me behind.
Slip these chains? She can't, right? She needed our help to get out of here. But do you hear the conviction in her voice? I don't think she's bluffing. She has to be bluffing, but hurry.
哦，拿到
You
了。
rush up to the first floor, grabbing the blade, both yours and the world's only possible salvation. Okay, if we're sure about this decision, I'll support it. I suppose we have a world to save after all. You slowly creep down the basement stairs. It's quiet. Where the princess sat only a moment ago, there's only a severed arm, its cooling flesh still chained to the wall. Is it just me? Or did this room get a lot bigger?
是我的错觉，还是地窖空间变宽敞了？我想我们有一个不怎么完美的开始，愿意从头来过吗？公主失去一只手，我将她困在地窖，任由她流血，血流不止。Hello，
Why don't you come closer? I have something to show you.
做个了结吧。公主失去一只手，将她困在地窖，任由她血流不止。
This is a dangerous play. Who's to say she'll actually succumb to her wounds? She doesn't have a weapon, and she's missing an arm. You can finish this right here, right now.
不允许吗？听着，我甚至会留下来确保她身亡。好，我们就站着不动，等到她流血致死。
You close the basement door, locking it behind you and quickly barricading it with the heavy wooden table that once held the blade. Okay, we can make this work. She has an awful wound and we have all the time in the world. Playing jailkeeper for a while might make things a little easier. You settle in against the far wall to watch the basement door.
歇息监视地窖门。
It isn't long before you start to drift off, your eyelids heavy with fatigue. But sleep doesn't come. Instead, your rest is broken by a piercing, wailing voice calling out to you from the other side of the door.
I know you're still there. Why don't you make things easier on yourself and let me out?
为什么不放我出去呢？
It's not like this little door will hold for very long anyways. It's probably a good idea to try to get back on my good side.
She sounds terrifying. Like she's less of the princess you saw and more like something out of a nightmare. As she violently rattles the door, you do your best to shut her out of your mind.
When I get out of here, I'm going to pick you apart piece by piece. I won't forget what you did, and I'll never forgive it. You don't know the kind of enemy you've made tonight.
今晚树立了什么敌人？
It doesn't sound like she's getting any weaker. No, it doesn't.
确实没有。尽管恐吓我，我反而不那么受到良心的苛责。无论你是什么玩意儿，绝对不是公主。尽管浪费力气吧，我有的是时间跟你耗。你尽管敲门，只是加速失血罢了。忽视它并休息。忽视它并休息。
Just ignore her. Maybe the banging and wailing will stop if you just don't pay attention to it. You put the princess's threats out of your mind as best you can and huddle up against the wall. You jolt awake in the middle of the night to silence in the cabin. The ruckus has stopped, and the door to the basement is ajar.
通往地窖的门半开了。
And the table shoved out of the way. Where is she?
公主呢？哦，我的天哪！
Get out of that awful basement.
You try and stumble to your feet, but as the princess draws near, it's as though your body simply stops working. It isn't all at once. The paralysis comes in waves. First your toes go numb, and then your feet, and then your legs. You lie prone on the floor of the cabin, unable to do anything but witness her
是不
approach.
是要 jump scare 了？
Whose side are you on?
到底支持哪一方？
Yours, of course.
哦，
But I have a duty to uphold the truth. Lying about the facts of the situation doesn't change them.
So helpless. I can take my time with you, can't I?
She steps closer, one silent footfall at a time, cocking her head in curiosity as you feel your organs shutting down one by one.
Or maybe I can't take my time with you. You don't look well. A little green around the gills. What a shame. If you'd only helped me get out of here, we could have done such wonderful things together.
Your lungs stop drawing in breath, and your heart freezes in your chest.
I'd say better luck next time.
祝你下次好运。
This is the end, don't we?
死掉了。
It can't be. This can't actually be how everything ends. I'm sorry, but it is. Everything goes dark, and you die.
嘿，并没有。第2章噩梦。
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
这段没有色配声音了，因为刚刚应该是第1轮吗？第1轮的话，那个叫什么了？色配声音还没有出现，这样子。等等，这不是发生过了吗？
It hasn't. Or if it
应该
has,
看过
I
了。
certainly haven't been a part of it. We've just met for the first time, you and I. If he doesn't remember what happened, then shh. What if he hears us?
恐慌的声音。
That's a very good question, little voice. What if he does hear you?
对，应该是都要走到虚无空间才能够算是有完成度吧，大概是这样子。走到横末就会重置了，对，看起来是这样。走到横末之后，我们可以选择洗掉记忆，然后就会重来，那些多余的声音也都会消失掉，然后就会从这个场景重来一次，这样。
Shit. I think you'll find yourselves very hard-pressed to keep any secrets from me. Not that it matters right now, because like I said, this is the first time we've met.
走到横末应该就是
We've a world to save after all.
走到横末应该就是有产出的意思啦，有产出一些成果，然后有累积起来。好，前往木屋。
A warning. Before she will lie. I don't think lie. It doesn't matter.
所以这就是第2轮，然后
The interior
OK
of the cabin is plain, the smooth wood of the walls almost featureless. The only furniture of note is a lone table, knocked on its side in the corner of the room. A pristine blade stands between you and the open, inviting basement doorway.
敞开诱人的地窖入口前放着一把无瑕匕首。
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. Hold on. What happened to the door? There was a door here last time.
上次这里是有门的。
It's just an empty frame. She's already gotten out, hasn't she? And she's ready for us. She's been waiting. Can't you feel her eyes on us? I'm going to need all of you to pull yourselves together. The princess has not already gotten out. But if you keep getting stuck in your head like this, you're going to struggle to get the job done. So deep breath in, deep breath out. Your task awaits, and only you can do it.
这间小木屋跟我印象中的完全不一样呢。
Very different. I'm not the only one who
出现
sees
了
her in the window, right? She knows that we're here.
好多，原来不止一个。什么时候出现的？不止我在窗户里看到他吧？他知道我们在这里。看到这句话提醒了之后才看到窗边有东西。
Calm down. Maybe the three of you just think everything is different because you haven't been here before. Enough of this past life nonsense. You haven't died. You certainly haven't been killed by the princess.
别说什么上一次轮回之类的傻话了。
So focus up. A lot's riding on this.
靠近镜子。
You walk up to the wall next to the empty basement door frame. What are you talking about? This is...
Oh.
You reach... Did he make it go away? Clearly there was something in there worth investigating if he wants it hidden so bad.
OK， 好，我们拿起匕首吧。
You reach down and pick the blade up off the floor. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Good. Steel can't lie to us.
Is it gonna be enough, though? Couldn't you have given us something else? Something, I don't know, better than a knife? Could we have a bomb? The blade is the only thing you need to finish your task. You're more than capable of pulling this off, so long as you don't lose faith in yourself.
Those are the words of someone who knows he's sending us to our death.
哦，进入地窖。哦
You cross over the threshold and onto a series of isolated steps, suspended in darkness.
悬浮在黑暗之中的独立阶梯。
More eyes, too. You never mention the eyes. The air seeping up from below reminds you of fresh lightning and static, as if you're descending into a place that isn't meant for a creature of flesh and blood. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her cruel and playful voice prances up the stairs.
哦，旁白拒绝描述那些眼睛。
I didn't think you'd come back. We're gonna have a lot of fun, you and I.
Okay, we need a game plan. Last time we were here, just being close to her was enough to kill us.
把刀子丢下去会有多难？我们不需要计划，我们要直接杀了他。因为旁白先生似乎认为我做得到。我不懂你们为什么全部人变得这么悲观。好，我们要直接杀了他。
Finally, a voice of reason. The rest of you should take notes. You know why I'm being a pessimist. I'm just asking questions. You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. As you emerge, you find yourself between two loose rows of white wooden planks suspended in nothingness. A smattering of cobblestones visible against the inky black of the basement,
这一段好像试玩版有玩过。
forming vague pathways.
分成了左
What
跟右。
seems to be the end of the room, they diverge in opposite directions, left and right.
She could be anywhere, and there's nowhere for us to hide. We're completely exposed.
Are you really not going to comment on how weird this place is? No, I'm not.
We're going to die down here. I don't want to die again.
Please stop saying that. You're only going to make things worse. Just pick a direction and start moving.
选个方向，然后移动吧。
I wouldn't give it too much thought if I were you. It doesn't really matter. Because either way you go, I'm going to find you.
什么也不做，沿原路返回。
You turn back to the stairs, only to find that they aren't there.
阶梯消失了
A。faintly outlined path lies before you.
There you
哦，我的天哪！
are. I told you I was going to find you.
As the princess approaches, your legs suddenly go numb. Your arms quickly follow. This is it, isn't it?
And you brought a little knife with you. Cute.
There has to be a way out of this. Think. What did you do? Pull yourself together. She isn't supposed to be like this.
他不应该是这样子的。
I wonder how many times I'll get to play with you before you break.
在你崩溃之前，我们可以玩多少次？
As your blood begins to coagulate, it's as if every part of your being is coming to a lurching halt. Heart, lungs,
感觉要 jump scare 了。
nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Your lungs pull in a desperate gulp of air as your eyes shoot back open. Nerves. What are you doing?
I'm working. Do you want this body to function, or do you want...
And then experience stops once more as your body reapproaches death. Okay, whatever you were doing, please just start doing it again.
Are you sure about that? Are you sure that's what you want, or do you want to interrupt me some more?
You have seconds left. Yes, I'm sure.
Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart.
Again, your eyes shoot open as you gasp for breath.
Nerves, heart.
Can't decide what you want to do, can you?
还没决定要怎么做，对吧？
Oh well, standing there gasping like a fish is more fun than dead. Even if you look ridiculous.
Shh. She isn't attacking us.
没有攻击我们。
Why? The why doesn't matter. She's already proven her ill intent. Don't lose sight of your mission. Your weapon is still in your hands. Strike at her and end this before it's too late.
可以用吗？可以。好吧，算你赢了，我会让你离开，一同离开。为什么不干脆杀了我呢？我活着对你有什么用处？你上次杀了我之后发生什么事？有人派我来阻止你毁灭世界，我不能就这么让你离开。是面具吗？我不知道欸。先存档，之前存的都还没有用到。好，算你赢了，我会让你离开，一同离开。呀，跟他打一场，跟他打一架吧。送公主上路。
Your will concentrates into a single fine point, and you strike out against the princess, ignoring the constant reminders of your breaking body. She doesn't even move.
杀到了。
The blade sinks into her heart. We did it. We actually did it.
You actually went for it! Oh, you're going to regret this? I could be so much more terrible for you than I am now.
Can she?
We've already seen how she can change
Heart, lungs, liver, nerves.
You're not getting those stairs back. I'll see you when you finally decide to die.
等你决定要死的时候再见。
She falls to the ground, unmoving. Oh, I can stop now, can't I? I can. Finally. And now that she's gone, you can let us out of here. Right? But she was the one who controlled this place, wasn't she? And now she's dead. I don't like to think what that means for us. It means that you're stuck here.
永远出不去。
Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Oh no, I hate this. Time passes.
经过一段时间
Forever's gonna end eventually, right? No, it won't. That's the whole point of forever. It doesn't end. I feel sick. It doesn't have to be forever, though. What do you mean? We still have a way out, clutched in our hands. Are you suggesting we kill ourselves? Won't we be dead? I guess that hasn't stopped us before. That's a terrible idea. You've already saved the entire world from ruin. Why would you want to die? Because right now, you don't want us to do that. You're right. I don't. But if we've already saved the world, then why does it matter if we die? Why do you care? I just do. I value life. Every life. Even yours. Especially yours.
你的生命特别重要。
Why? What do you mean, why? I think it's perfectly reasonable to value life. Exactly. I don't have to answer that.
我死了也无所谓，反正我还可以再来一次。但我有这么棒的人陪在我身边，就是你们呐，别无所求了。我是一种生物吧，在永恒到来前，我不是会先饿死或渴死吗？你有跟我们一起困在这里了吗？还是你可以离开，从他身上拔出匕首，或者等待？你也跟我们一起困在这里了吗？还是你可以离开？这应该是在对旁白说的吧？
I'm stuck here with you. I wish I weren't.
旁妹也被困在这里了。
Feelings mutual. At least we're all being honest.
我是一种生物吧，在永恒到来前，我不是会先饿死或渴死吗？
That's a grim thought, isn't it? But I suppose you're right. You are a creature of biology. Something will happen to you before forever comes along. We don't have to starve to death. You have our way out. Use it.
快用那把匕首。我知道了，你不希望我们死掉，是因为你会很寂寞，真可爱。好，等待看看。
More time passes. You're still here.
又经过一段时间，还在一样的地方，在等待呢。
More time passes. You're still here. More more time.
真的没有。
More time passes.
好，这是唯一的解套方法。
More time.
好，没办法啊，我们再选一选其他的吧。我死了也无所谓啊，反正还可以再来一次。
Again? That's unfortunate. You were only supposed to be here once. I don't like the way you said that. You knew this was a possibility, didn't you?
啊，旁白，所以旁白也知道轮回的事情吗？旁白之前都装出一副不知道的样子，但是他现在又希望我们不要自杀。
Of course I did, though I'd rather hoped I was the first one. That explains a lot, though.
对啊，旁白似乎不希望我们自杀呀，说不定是因为他知道，他也知道，一旦自杀了又会重新来过了。
Oh, you bastard! How much are you not telling us?
还隐瞒着我们什么事？
Plenty, but it's all in your best interest, and the world's, and mine.
为了你好，为了这个世界好，为了我好。
She's dead, and we're stuck in a hell void forever. How could telling us your secrets possibly hurt anyone? It just can. Look, this world is saved, but if you start over, for all you know, you're just putting another world in danger. You barely managed to land the killing blow here. What if you don't manage it next time?
要是下一次没成功怎么办？
I've already said too much, really. You won't get another word out of me on the subject.
现在可以告诉我们你的秘密了吗？
No.
没有。那现在呢？秘密时间到了吗？
Still no.
还是不说？我终究会让你松口的。不如现在就分享那些不为人知的小秘密吧，这样我们就可以聊点别的了。
You're not going to wear me down.
不肯说。
Oh, we should ask him one more time. He's on the cusp of sharing his secrets. I can feel it.
再问一次，感觉到他快要说了。
I'm not.
并没有。
Either way, at least needling him is something to do.
讲秘密吧。
The narrator ignores you.
旁白并不理你。
You can't just describe yourself ignoring us.
你不能形容自己不理我们。
I can.
讲秘密吧。
The narrator continues to ignore you.
没办法，没了。我知道了，你不希望我们死掉是因为你会寂寞吧？真可爱。
Unlike you, I'm not capable of being lonely. Oh, sure you are. Give it some time without us, and I'm sure you'll start feeling lonely.
我有这么棒的人陪在我身边，就是你们呐，别无所求啦。
Oh, you could do a lot better than us. Exactly. You'll be fine here. Just come up with a game or something to pass the time.
等待。
More time passes. More time passes.
好，从他身上拔出匕首。
You remove the blade from the princess's body. What exactly are you planning on doing with it?
把匕首丢向虚空。等待。
More time. More time. More time. More time.
好吧，没差哈。把匕首丢向虚空。
Oh no, what are you doing? You tighten your grip and fling the blade as hard as you can.
现在真的要永远困在这里了。
It's gone. Now you're really stuck here forever. There's no... You mean other than starving?
除了饿死之外。
Right, I mean other than that.
哦。
You wait, and then you wait for a little while longer. But eventually the thirst sets in, and the hunger. The darkness of this place prevents you from wholly grasping the context of passing time, but that doesn't stop it from passing, nor does it stop your biology from unraveling. The only things you know for certain are that it's long, and that it hurts. The vastness of your suffering can't be adequately put into words. We really shouldn't have tossed the blade. No, you really shouldn't have. But biology and time are immutable forces, and eventually, long before forever gets the chance to come, everything goes dark, and you die.
死了。
Don't muck it up next time. The princess may be slain here, but she isn't slain there.
怨灵。
You're on a path in the wood. Shit. This really doesn't end, does it? It doesn't matter if we kill her, it doesn't matter if she kills us, it just goes on and on and on and on and on.
我们是否杀了他或被他杀掉都不重要。
Yes, so it does.
很木马，你威尔森指的是哪一句话？这边的公主死了，但是那边没有，他可能指的是另外一个世界线吧，就是指现在这边的世界线。对，就是旁白大概也会知道，旁白大概是知道我们会轮回的啦，所以我们到了一个新的世界线之后，公主就会维持活着的状态，这样子。
No, there has to be a way out of here. There just has to be.
好啦，到这边吧，吹个档吧。看一下之前的选项好了，载入算不算一种脑筋急转弯？我觉得应该也不需要特别的去伤脑筋啦。对，反正就是一直选，就应该迟早可以把全部的路线都选完吧。应该不需要特别去伤脑筋，说怎么样选比较好。感觉上，脑筋急转弯哦，那个电影。好，如果说我们在那边自杀的话呢？
I don't like this, but I suppose there's not much I can do to stop you.
所以不管怎么样，我们都会死掉啊！就算我们不自杀，到最后也是饿死。所以在这边的结局其实都是一样的。
You raise the blade to your neck and slip
举起匕首，割断了自己的颈动脉。
Here we go.
要走喽！
You better get this right next time. Do you hear me? Don't blow it. Everything goes dark, and you die.
下班喽！也是到这边啊，所以是接续的，是接到一样的情况。
You're on a path. Shit. This really doesn't end, does it?
这边的选项是什么？这个
Heart, lungs, liver.
我们这边选了送公主上路。
Heart, lungs, liver.
好吧，算你赢了，我会让你离开，然后一同离开。
What? No. Liver.
Oh, this is going to be so wonderful.
No, I'm not going to let this happen. Before you can utter another word, your body stops moving, and, do you think you can just wrest control away from us? This body's barely functioning as it is. Doesn't the world end if we fail to stop her? Won't letting us die here just make it end faster? Shit. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart,
Jump scare.
lungs, liver, nerves. With a flick of the princess's wrist, the stairs slide back into place. I can't believe you're making me watch you damn everyone to torment and oblivion.
Go ahead. I'll be right behind you.
走吧，跟在你后面。
I don't trust having our back to her.
我觉得我们最好不要背对着他。
You're not wrong, but maybe you should let me handle the feedback. Just focus on keeping us alive. Right. Heart, lungs, liver. Besides, I get the feeling she's telling the truth. She needs us alive. Lungs, liver.
探究，你为何不先走呢？
Lungs, liver.
What? Are you scared of turning your back to me? You don't have to be worried that I'm going to do something bad. You're pretty safe. What if I lost track of you and dropped the stairs on accident? I wouldn't want that to happen. And I don't think you'd want that to happen either. So go on. Go ahead.
She urges you forward, like one might a reluctant pet.
好，我们先走。
Nerves, heart, lungs.
好啦，踏上阶梯。
You place a shaky foot on the first step and begin your ascent from the basement. You can feel the static prickling of the princess on your neck, your limbs buzzing with pins and needles, an uncomfortable and constant reminder that you exist, and that
就快到了。
There.
The only thing left between you and the cabin is the now shut door to the basement. It would be a real shame if it had locked behind you.
Oh, you snake. There wasn't even a door when we first got here. The door was from last time. I told you we shouldn't trust him.
进来的时候根本就没有门呐。
I know he's messing with us, but you can't lose your cool. We need you right now.
Yes, I remember. Of course, I remember. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. This is so frustrating.
Thank you. And you? You'd really rather us die down here than let her out? Of course I would. As much as I want you to have a happy ending, the fate of the world is a little more important, and you still have a weapon.
世界的命运还是比较重要一点。
Make this right. Lungs, liver, nerves.
送公主上楼，我还是可以回头杀掉她，然后就回到刚刚的路线了。门好像锁住了。
You haven't even tried it. It'll open. You just have to give it a tug.
用力一点就打得开了。试着开门。
You pull against the door. The lock gently clicks open in response to your effort, and the door creaks on its hinges. This isn't right. That's not even the way it's supposed to swing. It's supposed to swing out.
You're not nearly as powerful as you'd have us think, are you?
你的能力根本没有像我们夸口这么强大。指的是旁白吗？
Heart, lungs, liver.
Anyways, like he said, you're not really in control here, are you?
Liver.
I never said I was. If I was in control here, why would I need you to slay her? I don't know. Secret reasons?
为了隐藏目的。
The door is open. What are you dawdling for? It's time for us to go. The world is waiting.
Shit. The princess moves past you and into the cabin. This is it. This is your final moment to make things right. Kill her.
宰了她。
I thought you wanted us to slay her. It's the same thing. Do it. Do it now. Do it now, or everything is over.
Okay, what do we do?
I said, what do we do?
Oh, do you want to hear from me now?
Yes. Well, I thought you needed me to run the autonomic nervous system. We do, but this is important. Look, I'll even do it myself. Just tell us who to trust. Brain?
Heart.
Right, heart.
Lungs.
Lungs.
Liver. Nerves.
Okay, thanks. I got it. Heart.
现在在干嘛？
Liver. Nerves.
You're terrible at this.
I know. I'm doing my best.
Yes, it's very hard to stay focused on running things when other people are talking to you, isn't it?
What are you doing?
Heart. Lungs. Liver.
Finally, I can talk. Now, what were you asking me? Running everything kind of feels like popping in and out of consciousness. It's easy to lose track of things. They were asking you for your blessing to trust me.
他们说希望你答应信任我。
Oh, that's right. Yeah, fuck this guy. Don't trust him. Really?
So you'd have them trust her?
Oh, of course not. Can't trust anybody here but ourselves, but I guess that leaves us back where we started, doesn't it?
但不是要说了，我只想先走一下岔路啊，结果这个岔路还蛮长的。
I suppose if I had to make a choice, I'd pick the one that doesn't make our organs shut down.
念器官的是英勇的声音。
Thank you for your gracious show of support.
But that's a marginal preference. We'll have to deal with him later. I'd just rather deal with him while
维
our
持
organs
器官完好再面对它。
Whatever. You heard what he had to say,
So whether you trust me or not, killing her is still the best, nay, the only option you have worth taking.
all right. I'm done. You can let me take over again.
Finally, that was awful. I really don't know how you do it.
Heart, lungs, liver.
哦，又换人了。
You've been standing there staring blankly for a while now. And I have to say my patience is running a little thin. So don't make a lady wait any longer, okay? Open
Whoa.
the door.
Liver, nerves, heart,
送公主上路，离开小木屋。
nerves, heart, lungs, liver,
我们先选离开好了，
lungs,
还是送公主上路？ 送公主上路好了，这样子的发展应该会不一样，因为我们现在可以离开这间屋子，所以应该不会饿死。
Your will concentrates into a single fine point, and you strike out against the princess, ignoring the constant reminders of your breaking body. She doesn't even move as the blade sinks into her heart.
We did it. We actually did it.
You actually went for it. Oh, you're going to regret this. I could be so much more terrible for you than I am now.
这边的台词一样。
Can she?
We've already seen how she can change. Heart. In her final moments, the princess lunges forward, tackling you, and you both plunge
又把我们拽回去，
into the abyss of her basement labyrinth.
所以发展变得一样了。
As the two of you fall, you rip your blade from her chest, tightly clutching it in your hands.
从她的胸口拔出匕首，紧紧握在手中。
Have fun falling forever. I'll see you when you finally decide to die.
希望你喜欢永无止境的下坠。
She tears herself away from you and tumbles away into the darkness. You are alone, and you are falling forever. But you saved the world. You should be proud of yourself for seeing this through. Oh, I can stop now, can't I?
永无止境的下坠。
I can. Finally.
Are we really gonna fall forever? Can't you narrate us some stairs out of here?
凭空生一些阶梯出来。
She was the one who controlled this place, wasn't she? And now she's dead. I don't like to think what that means for us.
It means you're falling forever.
正在坠落，永远都在坠落。
No. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, no, I hate this.
You continue to fall.
你持续坠落，
Forever's gonna end eventually, right?
No, it won't.
That's the whole point of forever. It doesn't end.
You continue to fall, and you will only continue to fall.
持续坠落，未来还是只能持续坠落。
I feel sick.
It doesn't have to be forever.
啊，刀子还在我们手上。
What do you mean?
We still have a way out.
Are you suggesting we kill ourselves? Won't we be dead? I guess that hasn't stopped us before.
That's a terrible idea. You've already saved the
后
entire
续可能
world
都一样
from
吗？
ruin. Why? Because right now, you don't want. You're right. But if we've already saved the world,
I just do.
why?
What do you mean? What? Exactly.
不知道耶，永远坠落好像也没有那么糟嘛。
You say that now, but let's see how we all feel after a week, or a month, or a year.
OK， 好，这边好像都重复了。等待，
More time
它这里
passes.
也一样。
More time passes.
丢下匕首的话，应该就会饿死吧。好了，我这边读档了，读刚刚的，哎，不对，差点载入，好像又不太好睡觉。好，我们离开小木屋。
The doorknob twists in your hand, revealing the forested path
你这个混
beyond
蛋
the cabin. You bastard. You've actually done it. You've actually doomed every liver.
It's so beautiful. I can't wait to ruin it. But it's so cold, too. It's itching against my skin.
哦，要送出去了。精疲力尽的公主瘫倒在地，
Why is it so cold?
被带走了。
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and... There's that mirror.
后镜镜子
This doesn't feel right. It's calling.
注视着镜中的你，会不一样吗？萎缩了，你萎缩了。发现自己又来到横末， 前往木屋。你在木屋前接近它。好，这是新的形态了。
I am a growing chorus of contradiction, a mass of tides
公主与完整日月览我不确定我不知道。
in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again. All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
一切持续改变，其余的我维持不变。你不可能是矛盾，矛盾不会存在。
And yet my waters flow and my streets bustle. There are no words that can describe me into non-existence. There is no logic that can bind my multitudes. I am everything that you have known me to be, but I am also none of it.
我回去多少次不重要，你我之间总有一方伤害另外一方，这不会改变你吗？这不会让你变得更糟糕吗？
It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse? Do you resent me?
这会让你变得更糟糕吗？你恨我吗？老实说，这让我更喜欢你了。我不知道这说明了什么。
It says that your heart is gentle, that even in the darkness you are guided by compassion.
好，不觉得晚安。存档继承制还是开个结局就会记录？我还需要带多少个躯壳回来？
We will know when we near our destination.
接近终点时，我们自会知晓。好，有刘自己 ，Hello， 伟子力 ，Hello， 你好。哦，好，纠团，好，谢谢纠团，谢谢纠团，感谢。你知道我们离开的世界现在是什么情况吗？
My perspectives are shadowed. You have seen what I have seen, just as I have seen what you have seen.
好，感谢，谢谢。
The angles of my vantage do not offer me hidden truths, and my attention is turned inward, except when you are here with me.
你看过我所见的，一如我看过你所见的。我占优势的视角不能呈现埋藏的真相。
Perhaps this will change when our work is done.
好，晚安，谢谢。你仍不在乎我之后带来什么吗？
I care about your gifts, but I have no preferences to burden you with. Even if I did, I would never dare to tarnish our relationship by assuming myself above you.
你如何身为矛盾？
As easily as you can stand to be you. You are like me, even if you have chosen not to look at the corners of you that do not fit. Even if you have chosen to ignore the brilliant contours of your soul.
所以你对于改变或成长有没有偏好的方向？
The tides do not dictate where they are pulled. A river does not dictate.
潮水受到引力的方向不由自主，河流入海口不由自主。
My gift to you is to let you choose your path, and my task is to treasure the gifts you bring me.
所以我们在养成它就是了吗？我们在养它。你对这个躯壳有什么想法？
This one is filled with sadness. A doll, abandoned to the company of her
满腹
darkest
悲伤。
impulses. She desires only companionship, but the only thing she knows is how to hurt. She will make for a tender heart. Do not mourn her. She has finally found her way home. I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
送回噩梦。
You're on a path in the woods.
所以下一次可以从这边是第3天，第3轮载入 ，OK。
No, there has to be a way out of here. There just has to be.
好吧，差不多到这边了。啊，快3点了，好吧，到这样子吧，好像真的路线好像都不重复呢。随便乱选，随便乱按，好像路线都是不一样的。目前最远走到地好像就是第3章，到了第3章之后就避不掉了，然后就要么就失败，要么就是把那个开启横摸的路线这样子。之前好像就是停在第3章了，有没有什么路线表可以看啊？这是记录。这个是自动吗？这是自动。对啊，那下次我们就再接着这边看吧。下一次是什么时候？我想一下，要不明天、后天吧，后天白天吧，大概是这样吧，应该是吧。主选单位有个地方看啊，我看一下能不能回去离开。确定要离开吗？是离开了，看来是离开了。有主选单吗？我只看到离开我就选了。我想说选离开之后，他应该会问我们要不要选择回到主选单。如果没有的话，可能就是只能离开了。好了，再按一下。内容警告：本作是恐怖游戏，不适合所有玩家。无论您在这些黑暗空间经历何等恐怖的体验，请鼓起勇气，见证最终的结局。故事绝不草率收场，选择没有对错，只是展开新的视角跟开始。本作是爱情故事。辅助功能这是什么？自动语音，文字大小调整这么好。长句，爱情故事，对啊，我们不是就是一直设法要跟这个公主就是脱离这个世界吗？摆脱掉这个故事的束缚。字幕语言按错了。文字看现在会太小是不是？因为我文字大小，想说搞不好开了之后那个会变得排版会变得乱掉。看他的描述会把那个文字的排版弄乱的感觉。再大一点点看一下，这边呢？有大吗？好像有大一点。有大，正大。行距不调的话会重叠在一起吧？有主选单吗？有主选单不是应该放在离开旁边吗？主选单为什么没有跟离开放在一起？公主的说话会比较大字嘛？应该也会吧。要看一下吗？应该会啦，应该会。
You're on a path. You're here.
有啊，字都变大了。前往小木屋。
She will lie. We'll not ignore him.
前往木屋。
The interior blade is your.
进入地窖。
Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
有啦，有人，有变大一些啦，都有比较大啦。
Please don't. Good. You walk down. I am. You're only making.
Thank you.
No. You walk up, they're large and
I'm guessing you don't have the.
doubtful.
要怎么样让红字出现呢、红字出现的话，应该让他生气吧？其实应该有比较大啦，应该有比较大，不用担心了。哎，这个有红字 ，OK。为什么不走近一点，给你看个好东西？颜色是不是变得不太一样啊？做个了结吧。
Your eyes dart. Where is she?
对吧？刚刚好像是比较偏那个血红色，现在是变成亮红色的感觉。调查手背。
As you step towards the severed limb, you hear the pattering of feet behind you, soft against the basement floor, then loud and desperate against the stairs.
哦，那还不是生气的文字，是不是？
You turn to chase after the princess, but she's fast and has too much of a lead.
啊，又不小心开启新的路线了。这一段之前还没有看过。
She slams the door behind her
把我们
before
关在
you
里面
make
了
it to the top of the stairs. The lock clicks into place. No.
Thanks for letting me out. I'd return the favor, but I think we both know that I can't trust you.
对，这应该是生气的文字了吧？这应该是敌对状态下的文字了。
With those parting words, the princess walks away, her quiet footsteps eventually fading as she leaves you
还
and
不
the
是吗？
cabin to
好啦，之后再看看吧。
It can't just end like this.
不可能就这么结束吧？
As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. I'm sorry, but it's over.
很遗憾，就此结束了。
You don't know how much time passes before the end, but eventually it comes. The world ends, and you end with it. You're on a path.
这一段有没有玩过啊？忘记了。
And at the end of that path,
女巫好像没
is a
玩过。
cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
就有2个路线。女巫好像也没玩过吧？忘记了呢。好啦，差不多了。啊，不管怎么样，今天应该就到这边了啦。太晚了，太晚了。 玩过是可以快进吧？是这边可以快进吗？好像不行呢，不能快进呢。对，没有快进，好，所以这边是新的路线哦。好啦，还真的随便乱选都不会重复啊。看左上，
You're here.
哦，没有，刚才是因为我点了2下。好了，不管了，收了。先不管了，赶快收吧，太危险了！一不小心点下去啊，都是没看过的东西，随便乱选都是没看过的，对吧？可能文字一样，但是有一些不一样的，还是代表不一样的意义吧。好啦，收。好，拜拜。